All right, here we go.
So, all right, we're recording.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so
Hello,
Patty
everybody.
like walks down. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Uh, fuck it, we'll do it live. Patty like walks into the room. She's like she's got her makeup washed off at this point. Her hair's pinned back. She's in like her gym jam, just like this giant oversized shirt on her. On like Raymond, it'd be like a regular t-shirt. Like baggy pants. She's holding a bottle of water. She walks into this room. Uh, looks at Father David, who is sitting on the piano bench, having like a crisis of reality. Jonah is poorly waltzing around in the center of the room while Raymond and Celeste are both probably grinning like idiots, trying to give him tips.
That sounds accurate,
I
yeah.
am pouring over notes about our crazy board upstairs.
Oh, yes. Um, Patty just like takes a drink of her water, looks at Father David.
I promise we can explain.
So I saw the
You
board upstairs. What are you guys doing this time?
His hands kind of
Summoning
slide down his
ghosts, what do you
face,
expect?
We're
and he
trying.
looks at her.
We're trying to lure in the fat lady by staging a ball.
Oh,
He just Raymond speaks for before he can even respond, and he just closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and nods towards Patty. Like, yeah, that's the plan.
Somehow
oh.
it's upsetting Father David big time.
So okay, let's roll this back a bit. I'm missing part of the picture here. Why are we doing that?
So we can talk with ghosts.
What
Why else would you summon one?
why do you want to talk to her?
Why don't you?
What are you gonna ask her?
Mainly a lot of stuff. Oh, wait. Were you around when Father David was using a coloring book to talk to this one little girl?
No.
He did what?
Patty has spent the last like
Yeah, I know.
like 2 days in the bathroom somewhere, I think.
No. She completely passed out after rigging the entire house with cameras.
In the
That's where
bathroom,
she's
yeah.
been.
She's been rigging the entire house with cameras, only stopped to have a conversation with Father David while you guys went to the library last session.
Yeah.
And now she's finally done and she's all ready to like get back into things. Father David looks at her. Oh, there was a coloring book, and it was the little girl we discussed, Esther.
Okay. What did she say?
She's the daughter of the two people we are renting our rooms from.
Yup.
What?
She's
We don't know that for sure. Hence the crazy person board upstairs.
Father David looks at Raymond and just kind of glares at him. Because he got the information. He got the information. It's even in the fucking book.
No, that was confirmed. It
Was
was.
It was confirmed.
Okay,
Yep.
then. I don't have the board in
That's why
front of me.
That's why it's in red string.
Do you want it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Do you want the
actually.
board?
Yeah, if we talk about the board,
Back to the board.
Here's the
Alright,
board.
let's see.
Everything that's in red string is pretty much confirmed or very likely. Anything that's in blue string is possibles.
Okay.
Esther is Esther Farthings, daughter of Brett and Mary Farthings.
Right.
She...
Alright, okay, there. Alright, fair enough.
So these are like all the people and all the ghosts, right?
Correct.
Supposedly.
We mark the ones
And-
we don't want to, the ones we can't talk to or don't want to talk to with red X's. Because they're like either dangerous or unable to communicate. Like the crying children who live in a toilet.
Yeah, it's probably best we don't try to talk to them.
I mean, how are they going to talk to us? They can bang on the pipes, I suppose, but that's not helping.
Okay.
We're going to have to slow down for Patty's sake, you all. Not so much at once. It's already been hard enough.
So right, I remember the fetus babies.
Correct.
So what's up with the nightmare?
Don't.
Apparently we're not talking about that one.
Like
we're
Father
not
David
talking-
even like stands and like kind of holds his hand out like a stop motion. Like, don't.
we're
Like
not-
instant awake.
yeah, we can't talk about it.
It's Candle Jack rules. You aren't supposed. Wait, I wasn't supposed to.
And he's gone.
You're not supposed to say the name.
And he's gone.
No.
Except actually real. You aren't supposed to. I'm not even sure if saying you weren't supposed to talk about it counts as talk. I'm going to shut up now.
I'm just waiting for you to go silent and disappear. Because you said, the C word.
All right. So there is like crazy monster ghosts
Yeah.
that's like working out Bloody Mary rules. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Kinda sorta.
All right. I saw from the picture didn't have a nose. We're gonna call him Voldemort now.
No.
I don't think we should
anyway.
be
We
in any
narrowed
sense of the word.
anyway. We narrowed down the quote unquote friendly ghosts or communicative ghosts down to the ones with the green check mark. We're not entirely
Esther-
sure about the white ladies because apparently they're kind of rapey from what we found out.
Well, there's like 2 rape ghosts here. There's like aborted fetus baby ghosts in the
Yeah.
toilets.
Yeah, this place is a mess.
There's like Voldemort running around trying to kill people. Spooky shadow ghosts. Yeah, there's a bunch of fucked up stuff here.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we decided to try the fat lady because it should be easiest to lure her in, and quite frankly, we're going about this by Ghostbuster rules. Basically, we just want to see if the ghost is real, and presumably then one of us gets slimed, and we unleash a horrendous evil upon the world that we have to stop. But that's for
Yes.
later.
We know.
Father David's
Spoilers.
texting Patty right now.
Or,
We also kind of ruled out the hanging priest because he's angry at, at someone. Not sure who.
Was he angry at somebody?
I think he was
I don't
angry at
You.
Yeah, angry at no. I thought it wasn't me. What are you talking about?
No, the living priest is angry at me. For reasons.
No, we're talking about how Raymond antagonized the ghost in the church.
You antagonized
Ah.
Father Prescott,
Yeah, that's the
which I
hanging.
think is very rude to be calling him the hanging priest.
But that's his name. That's his ghost name.
That's because
I-
who
I think-
discussed his ghost name with him? Eh?
I think his ghost name is Father Joseph Prescott.
That's-
Like I think that's still legally his name.
I appreciate.
no, everyone knows that
appreciate
ghosts
that
have to have like
Father
cool
David-
names relating on how they died or where they haunt.
exactly.
I don't think there's like a official rule book for this.
But
Okay.
otherwise it's lame.
I
It is.
appreciate that Father David went further into Irish.
What do you mean further to Irish? I am always at the same level of Irish.
Yes, yes, the
more
level of Irish
agitated
that my
you
dad
get,
wouldn't
the
like.
worse the accent becomes.
I was
love
going
this.
to say that no, I'm not angry at you, Dr. LeBlanc. but now I'm slightly miffed.
Anyway,
Look, we don't have to be really worried about Father David until he goes full Irish and starts buying like piping and boxes of nails.
Father
Or
Oh,
David
until he
looks at
until
Patty
he
and gives her this. Mm.
Oh, you're laughing about this, Joan. You're the only English person here. No, never mind, Celeste.
I am.
Not a single chuckle about that joke.
just waiting. Now I'm waiting. Now I'm waiting for Father David to just bring out one-liners. Now what day it is? It's a Good Friday.
oh.
That's actually a good one.
yeah, you'll have to remember that one.
We need to get Father David to watch more action movies.
Seriously.
I don't watch a lot of movies in general.
Anyway, so the other part why we chose the fat lady is that she supposedly is one of the first ghosts to emerge in this building. So maybe we can find out a bit more about the why and how of this place.
And
Okay,
kind of
so-
the rules that ghosts here operate on.
Okay, so we're starting from the beginning. That's good. So, Lady Constance Fellfayre. What do we know about Constance and James?
They were the original owners of the house. I gotta get back to my notes again. They're the original owners of the house. They like to hold parties. They had children, but there were no names associated with them. But we don't have names for the children, and we don't know how many. She died in 1833, possibly being poisoned by Lord James. That's about all we know.
Okay.
That isn't directly really. I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean that's about all we know specifically on Lady Constance.
Okay. Man, this is a shitty idea, but I don't think of anything better.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, David, do you have like any like sensible suggestions? Please do.
He was taking a breath when she said please do, and he looks down a little bit. I was just going to go and try to have a conversation with Father Prescott, in hopes that maybe a less rude conversation would grant us some more answers.
Oh, wait. Important question. What denomination was Prescott?
I
Well,
don't
know.
personally know that information.
Northern England,
Well-
1850s.
do we have any notes?
Protestant? Are they big there? I don't know.
At that point, probably not. Well,
No,
where's
no,
Father
After
Prescott from?
that was after King Henry, so
He's-
probably
I was gonna say,
Anglican.
he's at least from around the 1850s.
Well, then
Father-
he's probably going to be Anglican or Catholic.
Yeah.
Because
And the thing is that
Protestant-
Anglicans and Catholics hate each other, especially in
Yeah.
that time.
but they're the only two that would use the title of father.
Yes.
Mm.
Good point.
So there's a 50-50 chance.
But that was one of my ideas.
He didn't. I mean, he didn't seem to
Personally, I
hate-
think. Personally, I think doing something that a ghost rather liked in life is better than annoying them. And he passes a glance towards LeBlanc, who had previously attempted to summon the fat lady via tilting a bunch of portraits, which she is known to correct in the night.
Yeah.
Listen, we figured out that we can get her to show up.
I think it is a good option and a solid rule that we should not be actively trying to upset any of the lost souls here. Just as a
That
rule
is-
of thumb.
That is fair. Point taken.
Oh, wait. Like Patty's on her phone right now looking something up. I was incorrect. He's probably Catholic.
And we never got an answer because Connor roboted out.
Oh no.
Uh,
It turns out Patty was the one that
hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
We're back.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now.
In the Anglican Church, they use the title.
But
We never got to know what title.
That hotspot is not doing well.
It is
the
not.
title of Grand Poobah.
It's doing its best.
It should
It's checking along.
it should do more.
Grand Poobah Joseph Prescott.
Oh,
Hello?
wait. Never mind. They do use the title Father.
There we go. That was
Yeah, it's a mix-up.
fine.
Oh, don't worry about it, Miss Green.
Okay.
Either
alright,
way, are we
Cat, I can't
having
move.
this ball tonight?
Well,
Is that-
no.
Okay,
No.
good.
I think it
We
might
have
take
to
a
figure-
little bit longer than that to set up.
Yeah, we have to set up like speakers and like a music thing and all that stuff.
Gotta
Alright.
practice dancing.
Cameras. We have all that shit. Like, that's not a problem. We just have to set it up, and that will take a couple hours.
Question:
Alright.
Are you done with the board?
For the
I
most part,
think
yes.
so.
Yeah, I'm
I'll-
done with the board.
I'll move you back to the first floor then.
Okay.
There you are.
Wasn't I supposed to meet with the librarian?
Yeah.
The librarian, I think, was supposed to meet up with you.
Yeah, the librarian was supposed to
the
come to the
librarian was
house.
supposed to come at some point whenever he got off of work today.
Heyo!
Yeah, we're just waiting.
Phrasing.
Shush
Ayo,
over there, Father
indeed.
Prescott. You're supposed to be a man of the cloth.
I'm not Father Prescott!
Hey, Father David.
It's okay, Dr. Celeste LeBlanc. It's okay for her to be confused. There's like two fathers.
Oh, yes. Very, very difficult to distinguish the one she lives with and the one she doesn't.
Is this why the church is against gay marriage? Because they get confused by the two fathers.
God, David. Oh.
Sounds
The
right.
Father David is sat back down on the piano bench and once again has his face in his hands.
I was gonna say also it's hard to distinguish between the one that's living and the one that's not.
I mean, difficult. Why is Father David sitting at the piano of all places?
Because it's
It's the
only
only
place to
seat.
sit. It's the only seat in this room.
Oh, well, that's bad design.
It is. Anyway, I completely forgot that the librarian was supposed to come. What was it that you wanted to talk with him about?
We were gonna talk about ghosts. I believe. I just straight up told him, "Hey, we're dealing with ghosts." Like,
Yeah.
Ah.
And like
Oh.
generally history of the house, whatever we can
Yes.
find, and the village.
Did Dr. Celeste LeBlanc tell the others that she's expecting the librarian to come over?
you guys were there.
We were
when I
there.
talked to the librarian.
Father David was not.
Well,
Mm.
we probably didn't tell you. No,
Alright.
it'll be a surprise.
I think he was supposed to be bringing materials from the library, maybe? I don't remember. Basically, research buddies.
Research buddy.
Doing research.
Doing the research, doing the research, doing the research. Being buddies.
Here, the librarian. Psst, psst. Would you like some more leading on, little librarian man? Psst.
Did
As
we
you
ever...
all stand there talking amongst each other about the ghostly ball and whether you're going to do it tonight or not, all of a sudden you hear a great banging upon the door.
Father David will get up and he will say, I'll get it.
I mean, I suppose there's no problem with us going together. Safety in numbers,
It's a
after all.
bit. Isn't it
Ghosts
a bit?
roaming the halls.
Wouldn't that be a bit weird if we open the door and like 5 of us stand there? Yes, come in. Be our guest in our
That would be
lovely
a
home.
little terrifying. Let's not do that.
Father David walks with Celeste and gets this kind of odd look as she's following him.
You're right. Let's not do that. Well, these two can open the door. We hide behind the statues.
Expecting anyone, Dr. LeBlanc?
Yes, the librarian. The librarian from the local library. He's supposed to be here to help me with research.
Oh, he opens the door.
And indeed, it is the librarian from the local library. The moment the door is opened, he greets you with a beaming smile. And then he looks a little bit baffled as he sees a man he's never met before. And then right behind him, Dr. Celeste LeBlanc. Oh, hello. I hope I'm not coming at an inopportune moment.
No, that should be fine.
Oh, not at all, young man. Father McDougal, it's nice to meet you.
Quincy
He holds
Rufus.
out his hand.
Likewise, Father.
He gives him a firm shake, not like a trying to assert dominance firm, but like the
Like can shift a big ass stone statue kind of firm and pop
Yeah.
hug kind of firm.
can lift up an entire strange goblin-esque demon statue in one go kind of firm. Can squeeze the life and feathers out of a pillow kind of firm.
Yes, as purely hypothetical examples.
Purely
Irishman.
He smiles at Quincy and he opens the door wider. Come in, I'll put the kettle on, it's awful late.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, there was a little bit of cleanup to be done at the library today. A few of the local children got a little rowdy. Goodness gracious! I hope one day we ban soft drinks.
Oh, you poor thing.
Hey, you mean they weren't banned? But we banned coffee.
Well, yeah, they're sort of banned, but you know how children are.
Yeah. All right. Let me show you to the study. That's where we've been doing most of the research.
Oh, thank you.
What's the kettle on, baby?
I'll lead him up to the study where the crazy board is.
No, we don't want to show our hand too quickly.
God,
We need to lure him in slowly.
So
bit by bit.
Do you all want to follow Dr. Celeste LeBlanc and Quincy Rufus to the crazy board?
Oh god, that's gonna be so
Yeah, because I want to help
crazy
explain the
board.
crazy board.
Hey, chicken.
Yeah?
Why is the tall man in the corner here?
What are you talking about?
There.
That's just a potted plant.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely.
Zooming in.
What? There's absolutely nothing there.
Connor, was there something there, Connor?
There was.
Stop pinging!
You get it.
Stop pinging!
There was.
Probably not. I didn't
Patty like turns around to like walk out of the room, stops like halfway through her turn, and then fucking flings the bottle of water she had at the plant.
It hits the plant, makes a graceful pirouette in the air, flips over itself and lands on the floor with a splash.
Whoa. You're supposed to water plants, but I think that's a little aggressive.
Which one was the shadow man?
Shit, I need the word for that. Hold on. Actually, don't worry about going back to it. I actually have it on my phone.
We have a ghost list.
You do have a ghost list.
The Shadow Man was the dude is presumably the dude we saw in the basement with the giant hands.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah, he liked to play games with
think
Esther, like hide and seek. So we're not
We
really
were-
we're not really sure what to make of that dude.
Oh, right. Whenever he won the games, he'd give her weird dreams.
He'd laugh and give her weird dreams.
Spooky.
I am very uneasy now that Father Dave is alone in the kitchen.
Where are you?
Don't fucking chuckle. Shut the fuck up.
Now I'm starting to feel bad about bringing the librarian who had nothing to do with this.
Oh, you should have felt bad the moment you convinced him to come here at fucking night.
We look. I'm just saying we may need a target for the ghost if all goes wrong, or if all goes
Not
right.
Sacrificing Quincy Rufus.
We're not sacrificing anyone yet.
God.
Yet.
Desperate
Yes.
times call for desperate measures.
You can't
Look,
s-
I just saw the shadow guy in the corner.
Sure you did.
All right.
Just
It's not good.
just don't
No.
talk to him, and it'll be fine.
I think there's a bit more to it than that, but
Anyway, upstairs.
Upstairs to the crazy board.
Yes.
Upstairs to the crazy board.
I guess it's just
Dr. Celeste LeBlanc has led Quincy Rufus all the way over to the research room. Once a very nice living room, now dedicated to the crazy board. And he is looking around in awe. Oh goodness, it really is quite extraordinary in here, isn't it? Oh, oh well, looks like you've done quite a bit of research on your own, he says as he sees the board.
There's been a lot that's been going on.
I'd say. Well, you do have a lot of it down. That's wonderful. I'm not sure exactly how much I can actually help with this, but I'm more than happy to brainstorm a little.
I mean, mostly that's why I wanted you here. Two heads are better than one.
Absolutely.
And as a local, you're gonna know more information than I probably will.
Well, this and that indeed. What would you want a little more info on? I'm not entirely sure exactly how much you have of everything, you know.
I'll hand him a copy of the notes that we have of like pretty much all the owners of the house.
Let's see.
Let's see. Oh, I can erase that one. Give me a minute. I realized Esther is on here twice. There we go.
As Celeste is fiddling around with her notes, she feels her phone blowing the fuck up. Text after text after text coming into the group chat. And Quincy looks over at her. I think you might be needed. Or at least you're very popular.
I was gonna say, I'll take a look at the phone.
Don't leave him alone, you motherfucker. Don't leave him alone.
I'll take a look at the phone and see what's going on in the group chat.
And, well, you see all of the texts that Patty has been, Patty, Jonah, and Father David have been sending to each other, starting with, Shadow Guy was watching us in the living room. What is it?
They may have spotted the Shadow Man in the music room downstairs.
You mean the tall man?
I can't remember if it was the tall man. No,
It was a
I feel
tall
like
man.
it was the tall man. Okay. Yes, the tall man.
Oh goodness, that is exciting indeed.
I hope
Quincy
you're
is
not.
all
I hope you're
smiles.
not afraid of ghosts.
Well, you can't really be afraid of ghosts if you live in this town. It's basically our entire tourist industry.
Whew. I suppose back on track. Do you know anything more about Michael Fairchild and Rachel Fairchild?
Oh, Michael and Rachel Fairchild. Let me see. Quincy turns to the board and stares at it for a moment as he thinks deeply. Yes, I do remember bits and pieces about them. They're I think
Michael,
they are the siren and the butterfly specter, yes?
it's roughly. I think that Rachel might be the siren, but I'm not certain. I have a pretty good suspicion that Michael Fairchild is the Butterfly Specter, but we don't know the date of when he shows up.
Yes. I think that is a head scratcher. I know I have a little bit of information on him and the specific sightings of the butterfly specter. We had shall we say, some ghost hunters camping out here a few years ago. And I do believe they actually managed to encounter him, but I don't entirely recall their notes on the subject. They spent a lot of time in the library, and I might be able to scrounge up what they found out.
I know that it essentially walks from the Winter Garden room, where the Blue Morphos are, down the entrance hall towards the front door, but according to all the information I can find, it never seems to make it there.
It never does. And that is true enough. The butterfly specter never manages to leave the manor, but it's definitely going towards somewhere. One thing you're missing about that is that encounters with the siren tend to spike around the time where the butterfly specter is sighted.
Do you know, like, approximately the day of when the butterfly specter usually shows up? Because from my understanding, it always shows up the exact same day
It does.
of the year.
It does, but unfortunately, that's the one thing I can't really remember. I know that those ghost hunters stayed here for a few months. It was around this time of year, but I don't recall exactly when they encountered the butterfly specter.
Honestly, that little bit of information about the siren may help us pinpoint when it's going to show up, so we can prepare for it.
Yes.
Which also probably confirms a little bit more that the siren is Rachel Fairchild.
It does. It does make a lot of sense. Not to mention, we do have a recording of Rachel Fairchild singing in the library.
Oh, I will take a look at that next time I head out to the library.
Wonderful. I'll make sure to have it out and about then. It was donated to us by one of the previous owners of the mansion. They were attempting to raise a little bit of money, but, donations don't really work that way, so they decided to just do it for the sake of posterity and history instead.
One other question.
Yes.
Do you know who owned the house between 1920 and 1967? Because the next person on the list that I have is Gregory Hansen, who is a professor of the paranormal, but he got the house here in 1967.
When was it? 1920?
1920 to 1967 is a large period, is a 40-year gap that's unknown.
Oh, yes. Let's see. In 1920.
Tell him about the surgery tools we found.
He leaves through the book he's brought. 1920. Here we go. Between 1922 and 1945, the estate was owned by the Stathams. Particularly one Elizabeth Statham, who was to be married with a Victor Coburn.
You said him, Victor Coburn?
Yes, Victor Coburn.
You'll probably have to correct the names on the notes and clues later.
Don't worry, it's spelled like this. He reaches over and he helps you spell Cockburn.
Cockburn.
Huh.
I know. It's a name that always makes, well, every American who hears it giggle.
Shush. I did not hear Connor giggle. He is the strongest of us all.
And Elizabeth owned the house between 1922 and 1947?
1945.
45. Okay.
Are you writing this all down?
I am.
Okay.
What do you know about Elizabeth?
She was a very wealthy woman, self-made, as it were. It doesn't really say in what, but she was very a sort of a renowned figure, but at the same time, very little is known about her. She liked to keep private, I suppose, because she always appears in whatever text she appears in. She always appears as the successful, the entrepreneurial, stuff like that. I suppose she was quite a bit of an outlier of the time, being such a strong woman in a very typically patriarchal area and time. It does say that she disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
What about the wedding between them? I have a sneaking suspicion of which one she might be out of these ghost lists, but...
Well, the wedding actually never happened. And right before she disappeared, so did Victor Coburn. They were only ever betrothed.
They eloped.
Do you know any more about Gregory Hansen and his death? He had a very short time with the mansion.
Oh, yes, he did. Hardly even a decade. Well, as I'm sure you already know, there's quite a bit of material on Gregory Hansen. He was, after all, a very prolific ghost hunter, as it were.
He's the reason we have most of this list to begin with.
Exactly. He wrote extensively about all of his exploits, and well, most of it has been widely discredited these days. But his body of work is still rather impressive. We have a bit of it in the library, but not much. Mostly just whatever pertains to the mansion, obviously, which is like one or two works.
Did we leave those books that he had where they were in the mansion? Or did we bring them down with us? I can't remember.
I think that was a question for all of you.
I mean, it's for yeah, it was mostly for everybody, including DM.
You took the books with you.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds right.
The books that we found that were his, I have right here, and I'll gesture to a stack of books that are just Gregory Hansen's books on the paranormal and the ghosts that were around in the mansion.
And Quincy's eyes widen. Oh, magnificent, wonderful. I've never seen quite so many of his books in one place.
Please take a look.
Oh, interesting. These notes in here. Might you know who they're from?
We found them in the mansion. They were Gregory Hansen's works, but whether they were just direct copies of that he kept for himself, or that one of the future owners had, we don't know.
Either way, you're very lucky. Even if most of it is just pure poppycock, this is still an impressive collection. And if these are Gregory Hansen's own handwritten notes in here, they might fetch a pretty penny. Especially among connoisseurs.
Connoisseurs.
Well, honestly, I'd rather give them to the library than sell them to somebody. If I'm not going to keep them for myself, mind you.
Now, that is exactly how I'd be thinking too. Books like these are a little too precious to just sell.
Gregory Hansen's books were also how we got most of the owners of the library too, correct? From the list of ghosts that he had?
Yes.
I think he also built a list of ownership. Or what was
Yeah,
a
I
list of ownership at the
think
time?
he at least had some of that.
He did.
Right. What do you know about his death, specifically? Because all I have that he was pushed out of the top window.
Oh, well, it's
by somebody else.
It was all over the news. Well, for the time at least. A little bit before my time, if I have to say, but still. We have some old newspapers, and I do tend to browse them when I'm bored. He was allegedly pushed out of the window by a serial killer.
That's what the young lady at the camera shop told us as well.
Oh yeah, Lydia. She's obsessed with that. Evidently, his name was Jeremy Mansfield.
The serial killer?
Yes, indeed.
Ugh, Jeremy's.
No, Jamie.
Ah. Ugh, Jamie.
He was of lower noble birth. rather entitled, it seemed. And apparently, the hobby that he spent most time on was murder. Quite
I mean,
incredible.
everyone needs a hobby, but I can't recommend that.
Quite incredible that someone like that can just fly under the radar. But all of that came to a head up in the peacock room.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is rather peculiar. You see, Mr. Hansen wasn't a particularly big fella. He was rather short, a little bit stout even.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly the kind of man you'd expect to wrestle another man out of the peacock room.
Mm.
There is record of him bringing another person into the mansion at the time.
Hanson or Mansfield?
Hansen.
Hanson. Okay.
It appeared.
Love interest?
Well, I wouldn't be able to say. It appeared to be some extra muscle for protection. The man only went by Oz, but his full name was Oscar Onslow.
Hmm.
It's widely theorized that Mr. Onslow was actually the one who wrestled Jamie out of the window, but whatever happened to Gregory in that case is, well, it's a little bit of a mystery, isn't it?
Because if Onslow was the one that went out the window, what happened to Gregory?
Exactly.
Hmm. Oh, for the record, chicken, I have hidden the nightmare. I've hidden that part away. I took that part of the string out.
Oh, well, clever.
We will. I don't want him getting spooked by the fact that we have something called the nightmare.
And,
our
you know,
You don't
to
want to
speak
talk
its
about it.
name is to invite its presence.
Exactly.
Because
Better
if he sees it,
be
he
safe
may
than
talk
sorry.
about it. Correct.
Meanwhile, I think it's about time that we go back to all of our other wonderful little friends downstairs.
It's fine. I have updated most of the notes. I have updated the notes with most of what we just talked about.
Wonderful. So, you all just received the text message from Patty about the tall man watching you.
When Patty ran the fuck out, I also got out of that room with her.
Sorry, I didn't look in the chat because I had a potty emergency.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's fine now, but yeah. Anyway.
Just
Let's see.
bloating.
Let me just read the chat a bit. Yeah, okay. Raymond will get the text message and just kind of shrug and leave the room, considering there's no one else in it, so there's no reason to stay in it.
I'm just gonna move Patty.
Father David read the text and was instantly at the door of the kitchen with the door open, peeking out into the hallway, waiting for everyone to run in. And he kind of catches Patty in his cardigan, wrapping it around her, asking,
Oh God! This is nice and warm.
We'll calm
Patty,
down probably
are you
a
all
little
right?
later.
Jonah.
I think we're good. I didn't see him, but we got out quick. Hopefully he doesn't follow us.
Right,
Jonah
fingers.
will knock on wood and hope that he didn't just jinx everybody.
Aye. Don't you two worry. Sit down. And he kind of ushers the two to sit down at the table. I've already got a kettle on.
Raymond just nonchalantly uses the other door to walk into the kitchen, goes to the wine rack, pours himself a glass of sherry.
Father David's got a little vial of like holy water and his rosary out in one hand, like kind of like staring down the doors.
Father David. Father David.
Yes, Mr. Shafter?
This room has one. This room has more than one entrance. Just saying.
That's why I'm looking at both.
But you can't even reach one of them.
We can at least look at both.
You can't look at both of them.
Stop tilting Father David around.
Who is doing
Stop,
that anyway?
stop getting tilted, Father David. Calm down.
He's got...
Father David gets tilted at the towers, yes.
There, you all can sit down for now, I think.
Raymond refuses to go into a panic about some shadow that Patty Green saw. And that no one else saw, I might add.
Patty was the only one.
Yeah.
All right.
And honestly, Patty has kind of, I don't know.
Patty is sleep deprived. She
Patty
only
is-
just caught up with
Patty Green is like a meth lifestyle. Like 5 days awake, 2 days sleep, repeat. It's not healthy.
it. Honestly, yeah.
It's not healthy
Come
at
on,
all.
man.
It isn't.
That's what coffee's for.
Seriously.
just mainline it. In fact, mix it in with the meth.
You guys are being real mean
Makes
to
a
Patty
delicious
right
drink.
now. No. Father David's on high alert. He's got his stuff out. Is there a particular reason why Patty is like at the fucking door?
Alright, just standing over here.
Alright.
Because where I put Patty when I was moving the token, and now I'm like viciously scanning over the map trying to see if I can find anything else.
Honestly, I got sidetracked with knowledge that I forgot to scan the room we were in for anything.
Smart.
Dun 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 banana banana. Well, now we know
Hey,
how
chicken.
Dr. LeBlanc is gonna die.
Hey, chicken,
Yeah?
is that just a rock
Where?
right there?
Oh. Yes.
Also,
Okay.
Father
I
I
David,
don't like that I don't like that cheery confirmation that it's a rock.
Father David is missing his nameplate, so I will
oops, sorry
assume
about that.
that's not the real Father David.
It's just because
That's
I
imposter.
Stab him.
I
that
removed
would be
control of I removed control of him from anyone but Father David himself.
Hello.
That's fair. Why does that?
Only I
Remove
am
the
in control
nameplate.
of me. Hop,
There.
hop, hop, hop.
That's because I forgot to make his nameplate visible to everybody.
Ah, fair
It should
enough.
be
Father
fixed now.
David's doing step exercises over there.
He's not.
He just said he has too much energy. He needs to sleep. This is what he needs his nap. This is what happens when he doesn't get his nap.
He's got to keep his strength up to fight ghosts.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Anyway,
I assume that probably after like 5 minutes or so, Celeste and Quincy will both come down, aiming to go get tea.
Yes. Absolutely. Having had a
Oh,
very
no.
vigorous
oh no.
Yeah,
it's time to
Oh,
no.
and we should probably check on the others.
Oh yeah.
Did you
probably
message
good idea.
anybody that you were coming in?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh no.
Patty just aiming a gun at the door.
Also, Kana is still MIA,
Yeah.
so maybe we should wait a little bit.
Hey,
Wait,
what
when
did
he gets back.
what did I say about getting speakers? I wanted to buy them in the town, right?
I don't remember, but you probably did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got some speakers.
Yeah.
No, I
I will
wanted.
open-
I didn't get them yet because the whole plan with the walls was that we made that late evening. So that's the whole that's the whole like prepare the ballroom thing, which we have to do later.
Yeah.
Because, you know, this.
At the
just
moment, we're
listen.
dealing with the whole "we saw the Shadow Man" thing,
I mean-
so we're gonna put the ball on hold,
Just for the sake.
What? No, we're not.
at least for the
Uh,
day.
I mean, we can't do it. We can't do it today either way. We don't have a sound
I mean, the
system.
preparations.
We don't have a sound system.
knock, knock, knock. Coming in.
Why
God
would you
damn it,
knock?
Connor's not here yet.
Oh.
Also,
sorry.
why would you knock? You never knock.
Also, I'm going to say, for the sake of ease and brevity, that a sound system has been installed in the ballroom. It is, after all, a ballroom.
Fine.
I assume that Alistair probably installed it himself.
Aw, I kind of wanted to get like some shitty
Maybe.
1970s surround sound system.
No, you will not drag that out any longer.
Aww.
How about that sports ball game?
No, I don't know. That's sports ball gaming.
That's sports ball game indeed.
You see the latest season of Hand Egg?
Oh man, boy have I.
Yeah,
They really moved that
And that
ball
egg,
around.
yes.
they did.
Yep.
They punted that egg a lot with their hands.
Yep. They sure did throw that egg. They
Egg?
handed it a lot.
Mm,
They
that's
should
a
have
handy
handled
egg.
that egg.
Should have done that.
Egg?
It is not the Super Bowl, it's the Superb Owl.
Superb
Mhm.
owl.
Yes,
The superb owl.
the superb owl.
Who does not want to see the Superb Owl?
Like
I'm
how
back. I left
There he
when
is.
we were talking about Father David doing CrossFit.
No.
Yes.
we're
It's
talking.
okay.
So-
So Dr. Celeste LeBlanc and Quincy Rufus came down from upstairs, and they are about to enter the door. So you're all still anxious and worried and watching the doors when suddenly one of them opens.
One of the doors opens and Father David is gonna like yoink Patty back.
You're just yeeting the holy water at the door.
No, he's just arm in front of Patty. She's going back, looking
Whoop.
at the door to see who's coming in. You look before
Well-
you fire.
The
Well,
door
guess I'm here now.
The door opens and Dr. Celeste LeBlanc looks into your very startled and anxious face.
Did you see anything on your way in or on your way here?
Not that I saw. I'll give a quick cursory glance around in the kitchen. Well, not the kitchen, but
The kitchen.
the dining room.
The kitchen.
The dining room behind me.
Oh,
Nope. No one but Quincy.
sorry,
He-
Miss Green.
He shrugs and smiles. Why is everyone so on edge? Is there an intruder?
I told him that somebody spotted the Shadow Man.
Call him out, Celeste. It's like, motherfucker, I told you that we saw a ghost.
Well, no, I was calling out the DM. I did say that I told him that we saw the Shadow Man. Somebody spotted the Shadow Man downstairs, but that you all were probably okay.
Zephy, stay in character.
Yeah.
He's just asked why everyone is on edge.
I think Patty saw the Shadow Man when they were downstairs in the ballroom.
Really? Is that? Well, the shadow man is, but the tall man isn't really dangerous.
Oh, right. Sorry, the tall man.
Do we have like official names for them now?
That's just
Yeah.
what he's called colloquially.
Somewhat.
I mean, we have
Got more information on the tall man.
Well, yes. All he really does is watch. There's never been any account of him approaching people or hurting people, not even touching them. He just kind of stands there and watches. Sometimes you'll hear laughter from him, but those are very, very rare occasions.
not in
He's
the.
one of the, one of the many harmless specters of this place.
Not in the ghost list, though. I thought
Yeah,
that,
weirdly enough.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is. I saw him on your board. You just call him the Shadow Man.
but he does more than just stare.
There was
I think it's that Quincy doesn't know.
he rubs his hands anxiously for a minute and takes a deep breath, his hands still, and he takes out his phone.
I was gonna say, I know we didn't get a chance to talk about Esther yet, but
Dr. LeBlanc, would you mind me showing your friend here the video taken from the basement?
I have no problem with it if he's okay with it.
Of course,
Also,
I'm
gonna
okay.
move out of the door. I'm gonna move out of the doorway so he can come into the kitchen. So
Thank
we're all
you.
in one room together. So when we die together.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can leap through the window to escape. I'm fine.
Father David takes out his phone and he pulls up the video taken from the basement where the tall man was pursuing.
Quincy watches it and stares. He frowns. Where was this taken?
Below the manor.
Below the manor. How? They're like
Secret
Hmm?
passageways, actually.
his eyes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of tunnels with weird statues and shit. Landlords claim they don't know anything about it. Can't tell if they're lying or they didn't know.
Well, it's no wonder. The official blueprints of this house only detail 2 basement rooms. One made for garden supply storage, and the other one as a washroom.
Yes, that's also what the owners told us.
You know, the owners probably don't know about those tunnels.
I was gonna ask, are Brett and Mary Farthings, do they live around here, or do they just
They
own
live
the
in
house
London.
from afar?
They do. They live in London.
Yeah, we've also heard a bit more evidence that the Shadow Man might not be the most malevolent spirit here, but he's not a but he can do some stuff to ya. Looks like mostly dreams. But best avoid that stuff if you can.
That
So-
is that is chilling and amazing all at the same time. I've never heard accounts of him moving towards a watcher. He must be
I
he must be particularly tied to those tunnels, perhaps.
That, or if he isn't as malevolent as we think, he might be trying to keep us away from it.
Well, it's definitely spooky.
Oh, certainly. Would you like some tea?
Oh, I'd love a spot, thank you.
Would you like some alcohol?
No, thank you.
Bottle of wine
A
or
glass of wine.
bottle or two of wine.
Some
I'll take a
soothing
glass.
tea for anyone else?
I'd love some.
I'll take the wine. Thank you.
David will get some cups ready and he will pour some tea in and pass out the cups of tea.
See, this is how you can tell the sophisticated Americans from the boorish English with their tea.
Quincy gives Raven a
I did not say that in character.
worried little look.
I did not say that in character. I'm too busy getting drunk at like 7 p.m.
Well, it's been like half an hour since the sun set.
And we're still in July or something? No, wait, we won.
Yes.
Okay. That would mean it's like, I want to say 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's good enough. That's a good time to get drunk.
July? I thought we were starting to get into like
I don't know either.
November.
It was the beginning of strawberry season when you got here, I imagine. I
Oh,
remember.
Yeah, I remember that much.
Strawberry.
strawberry.
Anyway,
Tea is passed out.
tea is passed out, and Quincy proceeds to give you some more info on the various specters, since all of this riled you all up so much. He tells you of the ones that are confirmed to make physical contact, which would be very few of them. I'm just going to take you to the board real quick. The ones who are confirmed to make physical contact are the ghost cat. People tend to feel it.
What do we use
Let's mark him with a
for-
blue dot or something.
Yeah, I wanted to say, make like a blue thing. I'm gonna do that.
Just give him a blue dot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ghost cat. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ghost cat makes physical contact. People tend to feel it sitting on their bed sheets and purring. And it gives you the extra information that it usually tends to do that to people who are feeling a lot of stress. They'd report feeling this little cat at the foot of their bed, and even if they weren't cat people, even if they were allergic to cats or didn't like them, they'd still feel calmed down by his presence.
Right.
Wait.
It's a destructing ghost.
That's just Segator though.
Huh?
The one cat we found.
Yeah.
That Segator's done that.
Yeah, we know.
For context, Father David will show Quincy the pictures of Segator.
Quincy will grin widely. Oh, I see you've encountered Killer.
Quite a name.
Well, he doesn't.
Now he has
really.
3 names.
And
He
so is Segator.
He doesn't really have a. It's not really his name. Nobody owns him. He's a local stray. He tends to steal food from the other cats in the area.
Not a ghost?
Oh.
Fine. He can starve.
Well, we've been feeding him.
Because we thought he was a ghost. Not anymore.
In that case, you're certain to see more of him. He's very keen on returning to wherever he's found food.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
and a good thing that is.
he's stopped by here a bunch.
You call him
He is.
Killer?
Well, yes, he's done a number on the local wildlife. I once saw him take down a raccoon.
My goodness.
See, that's why I wanted to call him Grebo.
A hardy boy he is. Oh.
Very hardy. Even the local dogs don't want to get too near.
Who was it who actually picked up Segator?
Jonah.
Yeah.
Father
He seems
David
to like me.
Oh yeah, John actually got to pick him up.
Oh, well, yeah, he's actually quite friendly towards humans, especially the ones who give him food. But he won't have other, shall we say, rivals to his food in his territory.
Oh. Sorry for interrupting the stories of dear Segator, or Killer, as it were.
No,
Do
we're still
continue.
calling him Segator.
I still call him Grebo.
Anyway, aside from the ghost cat, who may or may not be Killer, aka Segator, there's also the White Ladies. Yes, they are indeed confirmed to make physical contact, but
yeah, that's why we want.
priests.
That's why we want to avoid that.
Nervous Father David look. Is there any particular signs before they start getting... His
Handsy.
face kind
Grabby.
of cringes.
Grab-
Twitchy.
Grabby.
Before they start getting handsy.
Few accounts we have of encounters with the White Ladies signify that the priests would always feel as though a presence was in their room a few nights before the actual encounter. They'd also be accompanied by, of the encounters that is, they'd be accompanied by an increased amount of activity in the little private chapel from the hanging priest.
Hmm.
A few
It
people
might
have
behoove me.
theorized that the two were somehow connected.
Father David mutters something to himself, kind of like not looking at anything in particular. He's making note of something in his own head.
Oh. Aside from that, I see you have the bride on here. She doesn't really have any confirmed sightings, but she's a little bit of a local scary story. It says that she is the vengeful ghost of a lady
Woman
who
scorned.
was wronged before her wedding day, and she goes about killing whoever has her ring.
Ah, yes.
You know, it's a good ghost story, but I don't really put much stock in it.
So that ties into what was her name again? The lady, the young lady from the camera shop.
Oh,
Lydia.
Lydia.
Lydia. That explains why Lydia was saying that there were rumors about having to like find a ring to bring out the bride or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is
that
that
would
a
explain that.
I assume it's a local thing amongst a lot of the teenagers.
It is. Well, a lot of places have their own white lady, as it were. This is just ours.
Hmm.
That's a lot of white women.
Well, it is Britain.
Father David.
Oh, come on.
He actually does the little rim shot.
Oh, there's a joyous whoo from Father David.
Aside from that, who is this Esther you've got on here?
Oh, Esther.
I'm gonna look to the others before I say anything about Esther, just to confirm that it's okay with them.
Father David would have to explain either way.
There's a concerned look passed between, at the very least, Dr. LeBlanc and Father David, if not more than just them.
Yeah,
Yes.
me as well.
How much do you know about Brett and Mary Farthings?
Well, they purchased the house in, when was it? He looks in his little book.
1980.
Yes, 1980. Thank you. They purchased the house in 1980. They allegedly had children, and now they live in London renting out the rooms here.
Children?
Do you know?
Curious.
Did they ever? Were they local originally before they moved to London?
Oh no, they weren't local. They actually started out coming from London as well, and they moved back afterwards.
How many
Makes
children
sense.
do they have? Did they have, if you know?
Sorry, I can't answer you there. I don't know.
As far as we know, they had a daughter named Esther.
And you mean to tell me that you've encountered her here as a ghost?
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately.
She's actually the more talkative ghost.
She has a coloring book that she uses to communicate.
Dear.
She likes it when I read her stories. She's a very sweet girl.
So you've actually had encounters with her as a ghost?
Not just one,
Aye.
multiple.
Some of them are even videotaped.
Goodness gracious. Well, that is immense. But what in the world could have happened to that poor little girl?
Father David looks away. His fingers kind of clenching on the rosary for a hot second. It's still up for debate, one could say, though she doesn't like to talk about it.
Well, if I were a ghost, I probably wouldn't either.
We're guessing it wasn't,
Oh,
you know, or
It wasn't a gentle passing.
Well, it never is. If it's enough to leave a residue of grief, anger, fear, anything, it's never going to be a gentle death.
He nods.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds like every single one of the owners that we've had on record has not had a gentle death.
Exactly.
Which is a bit,
probably this place is cursed.
Oh, probably. That's at least the word in the village.
Oh, what place isn't?
Oh dear. Well, at least we're not technically owners.
Out of character, the entire country of England is cursed.
Exactly.
I mean, Brexit.
Entire place.
That whole thing.
Not canon in this universe.
Oh, right, Brexit's not canon.
Yep.
In this universe, the rest of the continent left UK.
That fucking damn it. Anyway, Quincy looks at his watch. I
Oh, wait.
do apologize, though. It's getting rather late, and I do need to get home.
Oh, very well. I am very pleased to finally get to meet you, Mr. Rufus.
Oh, likewise, it's been a delight.
And-
I'll be sure to not miss your sermons.
Oh, don't worry much about it, though I'd love to see you there.
I'm usually so good with making it on time, but I've just been very busy lately. Anyway.
But yes, feel free to come by anytime you want to.
Oh, wonderful.
We can chat more. I still have to show you the peacock room, so we can do that on your next visit.
Oh, that'll be lovely. Well, I'll see you all then. Have a lovely night, and don't let the pride get you.
Oh, guffaw.
I'll walk you out, just in case just to make sure there's no more scares tonight.
Oh, don't worry. We're hardy folk out here in the country. We don't tend to scare so easily.
Just rather be safe.
I appreciate it.
Father David watches him go. Downs the last bit of his tea. I think I'll be going to the chapel tonight.
I will test out the sound system in the ballroom.
At the door, Quincy turns and looks at Celeste. It has been a truly pleasant time, and I am very much looking forward to my next visit here.
Likewise.
I'll be seeing you around, and don't hesitate to call me up if you have any more questions.
You know that I probably will. This place is full of insanity and mystery.
Oh, absolutely. An entire hidden passage underneath the mansion. How exciting.
And contact with not just once, but multiple times.
Absolutely.
It is the highlight of my career, to say the least.
You know what? Quite understandably so. This is the most haunted house in all of Britain. And really though, I don't think you have to worry so much about the tall man. He's one of the more normal specters to see in these shadows halls.
I hope you're right. All right, I'll be seeing you, and then I'll. Yeah.
And he walks out and into the night.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna keep an eye on him from the window.
Fucking creepy.
Well, no, I just want to make sure nothing gets him in the middle of the night.
Like that.
We already saw the tall man. Who knows?
Totally
what
not
else?
creepy.
It's like that. It's like that sicko picture. Just yes, yes.
Yes.
Anyway,
Now that that's over, and I'm going to down the rest of my wine and pour
Right then.
another glass.
I left the.
Meanwhile,
Sorry.
Raymond has been checking the sound system in the ballroom, and it works perfectly.
Hey.
The CD that was already in there was an ABBA CD, and for a moment, Dancing Queen was bouncing off the walls of the ballroom. Although it was a brief moment.
Father David would be lying if he said he did not jump a little bit at the sudden dancing queen.
And then danced a little bit.
Da, da, da.
He loves ABBA.
Da, 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 da. The question is, how loud is the music from the ballroom in the rest of the house? Because there's no door.
There is no door there. It's rather loud. You
Good.
can hear the music in the ballroom throughout the entire house.
Delightful.
Run, rabbit,
Right then.
run,
So-
rabbit, run.
Okay, so the technical stuff works. We just have to teach everyone how to dance a waltz.
I mean, I've had experience with the balls in Cambridge.
I mean, it's not a complicated thing, right? Question is who leads.
Anyway, is that all you wanted to do for this night?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wonderful. In that case,
Well,
I
was
suggest.
Father David going to the chapel?
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, man.
Father David, would you like me to go with you?
You don't have to if you don't want to, dear.
It's safer in numbers.
Nod.
So, the rest of you go off to do your things, whilst Dr. Celeste LeBlanc and Father David McDougall go to the little chapel off in the distance.
Raymond will probably just go to bed.
It won't
After
be
speed dancing.
Off to bed with Raymond then.
Like,
It
can't.
won't be a.
I mean, I'd go to the chapel, but Ghost doesn't like me.
For some odd reason.
I don't know why.
I
While
can't
they're
imagine
walking,
why.
Father David will turn to Celeste LeBlanc and tell her it won't be a terribly long visit. I want to see if I can hear anything like I did before.
That's perfectly fine. I just don't want you out there by yourself, alone. In the dark.
That's very kind of you, Dr. LeBlanc.
It's not with this house.
So they will walk.
Yep. I would have picked up the spirit box and a video camera.
Oh.
He just wants to
before we-
listen and see if he can hear the
before we-
sermon. They're not really going inside that much.
Oh,
I understand. I'm just grabbing them just in case.
You walk outside towards the tiny building on the other side of the lake. As you get closer, you feel the wind around you cool down as the world settles into night from the brilliant sun of day. The chill is nothing unusual. It's nothing supernatural. It's simply night. Calm, quiet, and serene night. And unfortunately, not a single sound penetrates the dark and the cool. It appears that Father Prescott is not preaching tonight.
Father David will stand before the wee chapel, gazing at it, listening so intently for a moment. But
Alright,
upon
roll a listen.
hearing, oop,
Roll a listen.
I was narrating. Okay, fuck.
Fear.
I was gonna say, do I also need to roll a listen check?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
understand these newfangled sheets. Fuck.
you can't just.
You don't
click-
understand
You
anything.
can click on the skill thing to have it roll.
Yes.
There's
Ah.
there's a little dice icon next
Yeah.
to the skill. Just click on that.
There it is.
Where's the listen? Where is it? There it is. I don't think my stats are in there.
Still not.
Ah, shit.
Well,
Well,
looks
that
like
case,
it's
just
the
roll it
old.
manually. It's okay.
Yeah.
You could just fill out the thing, Ghost. Then the stats would be in there.
I
Boop,
succeed.
ba-doop, boop, boop. I'm gonna ignore you for right now. Boop, boop, ba-doop.
Mean.
We can do that after the game. It's okay.
1D100?
Yes.
Let's go.
I don't think. No, probably
Father
not.
David does
Nope.
not hear anything. However,
He-
Dr. Celeste does hear something. She hears the gentle tappage of little feet in the mud. Nothing big enough to be an adult. Definitely not a priest walking towards the chapel. And not even big enough to be a child. No, this sounds like an animal.
Cat.
I will turn my flashlight over towards the sound.
At the moment the flashlight touches upon the ground, Dr. Celeste hears the little feet picking up pace, breaking into a sprint and disappearing into the dark. And her flashlight is left falling upon little paw prints leading up towards the mansion.
I'll take a snapshot of
Well,
little
she
muddy
doesn't.
paw print.
Father David will mutter a little prayer before the chapel and go back to LeBlanc. What you find?
I heard the noise of an animal, and there were little paw prints. And then I didn't actually see what it was. So it might have been killer, or it might have been our ghost cat.
Given the fact that Segator frequently leaves smoky paw prints in the kitchen, I'd say it was probably him going for his dinner run.
It's a safe bet. Or it's a raccoon.
Let's get you back inside. I think we've had enough excitement for today.
Certainly.
Ghost sermon.
And you all?
Ghost sermon. Not that exciting. Raccoon. Very exciting. Way too exciting.
Very exciting.
You all go back inside and hit the hay. Each and every one of you crawling into bed. Some of you maybe sleeping in the same room for the sake of safety. Either way, you all drift off eventually, letting the events of the day settle in and sink away into dark and restful sleep. Once again, Father David McDougal, right before he drifts off, hears the quiet sound of purring in his room.
Trust, I
Okay.
swear. Blatant lie there, Father.
Alright, so the next couple of days you spend preparing for the ghost ball, I imagine. Yes?
Oh wait,
Yep.
let me roll for my skill with the night is over.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to do the same.
Absolutely. Go right ahead and roll for skill improvements.
I only have one. I only have library use.
We have to roll over the skill, right?
Yes.
Oh, didn't make it.
Okay, so first for psychology.
That is a yes. For library use.
Okay, rolled above.
Nice.
And then it's 1d10, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
1d10
1d10.
to
Ooh.
raise it.
I gave you a handout with the skill level up method.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
You did. Hot diggity
Damn
dang!
it.
Library use goes up more.
Ah,
Well done.
Fucking
My
dork.
Spanish goes up.
Yeah.
Let's see how much it goes up. 1d10. Oh,
Hey!
My list is also going
Yes.
to go up.
Dang.
Oh. Fucking good at listening now.
Fuck you.
And nothing for me. Boo. Oh well.
I got one more. Hey!
Holy
What do you
shit.
know?
Dr. Celeste LeBlanc is just fucking booking it with those skills.
Yeah, stop being so lucky.
I leveled up both of my
refuse.
skills, so
You can
It's
be
a 1.
You can be lucky. That's fine.
It's another one. Oh well. It's a 1. So, is everyone done with their skill level up?
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
I
Whatever-
improved my Spanish. Woo!
Yay!
My library use is going to be godly by the time we're done with this game.
Where is it
I'm
right
going
now?
to have a 99.
Would everyone like to jump to the night of the ball?
Yes.
Yep.
Are we sure we
One.
want to?
Yep.
Why
Wait,
not?
wait. Are we sure we want to do it at night and not like early evening?
No, nighttime,
Oh.
obviously. It's when the spooks are out.
I see nothing wrong with that logic.
You
Uh,
have consulted Quincy about this, and he says that the supernatural occurrences always occur more frequently at night.
All right, fair enough.
Spook time!
Spook time.
Right then, I assume
Everyone get dressed in your finest.
I assume Jonah and Raymond spent like half a day teaching the others how to waltz just in case.
Absolutely, and it is hilarious.
Yeah,
I'd
probably.
like all of you to. I'd like all of you to roll some.
Is there a dance skill?
Well, if you do have a dance skill, go ahead and roll
Are you
that.
using
If
music?
not, well, I imagine you'd be dancing to the Blue Danube.
Yeah. Don't
I
know.
don't. I don't think
What
there's
did
a dance.
I?
skill.
No,
What
there
did I
isn't.
use for this? I think we used education for this, didn't we?
Could be.
Well, I was going to say you could just use dexterity for it.
All right, let's go, baby.
Sure.
Dexterity times 5.
Dexterity times 5.
Right. Oh dear.
A pass.
Nice.
Boogieing down.
I just rolled music.
That works. That works for Jonah.
Yeah.
That is an applicable skill.
How much is your goddamn dex?
Well, it's dexterity times 5.
Yeah, just my dexterity.
Oh, I make it.
My dexterity is awful.
Nice.
I still make it though.
That is impressive. All of you actually managed to pull off a
Hey!
decent waltz at the end of Raymond's lessons. He turns out to be a surprisingly decent teacher when it comes to that stuff. And by the help of the Blue Danube as well as his instructions, you actually have quite a good time and pull off some very nice dance moves. You all feel ready for the evening, and as the sun dips below the horizon, and the darkness starts to creep into the ballroom, you all stand there just waiting.
Nice.
I'm just gonna move you all up here.
Did
On
we
Sunday,
all
'cause
go?
there's lots of world out there.
Did we all go get outfits from one of the upstairs bedrooms to be more authentic with this ball?
Presumably.
I mean, Raymond just switched into one of the suits he has with him.
Raymond switched into one of the suits he has, and everybody else who doesn't have a fancy suit used one of the outfits from Father David McDougal's closet.
I mean, what are we saying here? Black tie event, or
Yes.
more casual?
No, definitely.
I managed to
more
get the
formal.
one from you, or that you paid for at
Yeah,
the tailor.
yeah, that's
so-
good.
Exactly.
That's fancy. It's fine.
It is. It's very fancy.
Raymond helped Jonah with tying the tie.
Correcting
Good,
it,
because he does
making it,
not know how to.
making it sit just right.
The video equipment is all working perfectly
We
fine.
tested it. It should be.
Okay.
The sound. I assume we tested it with the sound system and all.
Yes, you did. You even taped yourselves dancing in case any ghosts would be lured out in broad daylight.
I immediately deleted the evidence of that. Well then.
We're gonna post it to YouTube later. We all make copies.
Well then, gentlemen, ladies, we shall start our little ball reenactment
There you go.
with a classic recording of An der schönen blauen Donau. Let's hope it all works. Positions.
Father David, will you give me a stance?
I would be delighted, Dr. Block.
What's the height difference between
Let me
what's
look
the
at my
height difference
sheet.
between us?
How tall is LeBlanc? Because all I put for his height is tall.
What is your
Or,
what is your size stat?
My
I have
size stat.
10. I have 10.
10?
13.
Oh. Yeah, Father David's gonna be a bit taller than LeBlanc.
Nice.
Father David is actually taller than me.
That is not surprising. He's also stronger than you, apparently. Not
Yeah.
in shape, but just in practice.
I think we had the same. I think we had the same strength stat. Anyway,
You
Raymond will.
Yeah. Father David is built like a brick wall.
Right, since
The
we
brick walls of
let's
God.
let's stinky talk.
since we have 5 people, Raymond will sit the dance out and instead operate the equipment.
Oh, wasn't it supposed to be like one of you dancing with the fat lady herself?
Was
That
that
will
the
be
plan?
me.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll be me.
Oh, okay then. In that case, I will take who's left?
Patty.
Patty. Well, fine. Raymond and Patty then. I have a feeling.
Oh,
I have
fuck.
I have a feeling that size difference will mess us up.
What size is Raymond?
12.
12? Yeah, Patty's like 8. Patty's like 5 foot flat.
Fantastic.
Aw.
Yeah. Okay.
No. You're 5 foot in heels.
We have to get you some 30-centimeter platform.
God fucking David.
No, it'll work. It'll work. Raymond is, he knows how to dance politely with all kinds of people. Comes in handy for like charity dinners and such.
Oh,
Well
God.
then. Okay, positions, I guess. Middle part. Actually, we should.
Oh, boy. Dance
Okay.
party.
Yes, and our main guest would probably be in the middle with Jonah.
Correct.
We have the
Jonah's
nice
gonna have to
little, we have the
pretend
nice
to
little
dance.
circle. Might as well use it.
I was gonna say, Jonah's
Yeah.
gonna have to pretend to dance with no one.
Well, no. Why?
At least for a little bit before she comes.
And Father David with
Or
Dr. Celeste.
manifests, I think is the proper word.
Yes.
Hmm.
Well then.
Manifest.
And on 1, 2, 3.
You start the music. The notes of the blue Danube drift softly through the air, rubbing against the walls and curtains like an invisible, amorous cat, playful and gentle. It is truly the perfect choice of music. A light and pleasant waltz that brings a sort of life to the long silence ballroom that you get the feeling it has not experienced for centuries. It swells and floats about, bouncing off the walls and domed glass roof magnificently as it slowly builds itself up into a steady rhythm. Caressing the architecture and bringing the acoustic genius of it to full glory. Hang on a second, who is scratching like that?
I was gonna say,
That sounds like Mitch.
It's Mitch.
Mitch.
You're making a lot of
I
noise.
was like, what's with the spooky static?
There's no
As
spooky
Mitch
static, that's
transforms
just
into a
Mitch.
As Mitch transforms into a fucking water sprinkler.
Apparently.
Mitch turns into the nightmare, apparently.
Evidently.
I've always been the nightmare.
Anyway.
It's been Jonah all along.
If I'm allowed to continue.
Yes, go ahead.
Please
Wonderful. This room was made for music. Music, life, laughter, dancing, and revelry. And a sprinkler. It is as if the house itself welcomes said revelry back into it. Mage. Maybe you
Show
should
yourself
mute
it.
yourself until you're actually speaking.
Okay.
Thank you.
He's just trying to water the lawn. He's so dejected.
It's not his fault.
Anyway, it is as if the house itself welcomes said revelry back into it. Tired windows gaining a soft, warm glow as the moonlight filters in through them. You can feel it, the music and the moon working in tandem to reawaken ancient memories. Those of the dances, the balls, the opulence, and the luxury of it all. This room has been aching to fulfill its purpose once more. And now, with the soft, rolling notes, it finally can. All it needs is someone to dance to those notes. Lift the music off the ground and let it truly fill the room. And that is when you see it. Where the fuck was I? Sorry, I lost my space. And that is when you see it. The flitting of the moonlight, bouncing off the clean, white marble below, is illuminating something. Something that almost looks like a half-forgotten memory. One of joy, grace, and elegance. Not a sound is made from it, but you see it. You can see the dances. You stare in awe as more and more couples appear all across the dance floor. Moving in perfect sync to the music, waltzing off into the night, and letting rich, fine silks drag across the shining floor below. They dance, they waltz, they let the music carry them, even though they are nothing but half-remembered memories of a time so many decades ago. Their clothes are all that remain of them, all you can see. Nothing but specters of a time long gone.
Gonna make room for one of the ghosts.
Hey, don't dance too close. Rude.
Didn't want to bump into someone.
Yeah.
Gonna
right?
move over this direction.
Father David and LeBlanc just kind of casually dancing away from clothes.
Yeah, you don't wanna like interrupt them, right?
Yeah, that'd be rude.
Who knows what'll
Well,
happen?
maybe they shouldn't be interrupting us.
Okay, who wants to test if they're like touchable?
I don't think anyone will right now.
Not right now. No.
Fair
I'm
enough.
good.
So tempting.
Well, if Raymond is so tempted, why doesn't he test it?
Because I already fucked up with the priest ghost.
I also fucked up
I
with the
suppose I'll
priest.
figure
The
out
living one.
when the fat lady comes.
I also fucked up with the priest. The living one.
And now you're dancing together in a ballroom in stuffy outfits. It's great.
It's absolutely great. You're dancing together among these headless, limbless specters. Nothing but clothes as they sway and float about you, leaving not a single mark in the untouched thin layer of dust upon the floor.
Like,
And that's when you hear it. The clicking of hard heels against cold stone. Someone is descending the stairs. You see that same dust on the railing, disturbed as a single invisible hand gently glides along it, all the way down. And when the steps finally reach the bottom of the stairs and step onto the moonlight, you see her. A tall, corpulent lady, clad in all gold, even her skin having a honeyed sheen to it. She
Zoom
regards
in.
the dancers down her upturned nose. Where the fuck was I?
She guides the dancers.
Down her
The
upturned
ghost.
nose, and she smiles. Walking out into the floor. Walking out onto the floor, she curtsies, barely moving her head in an acknowledging nod, bringing with her an air of dignity and richness. Even if you had not put it together just yet, you would have known. You stand in the presence of the true lady of the house, Lady Constance Fellfayre.
Okay, everyone, a bit of room, I guess. That would include the ghosts in the middle.
Gently pick up LeBlanc.
Excuse me.
Raymond just picks
Scoop.
Raymond just picks up Patty
Oh,
at the hip and just whoop over here.
Whoop.
I have legs.
They're
Just
too
like being swung around.
really? Then why don't they reach the ground?
You're a fucking asshole.
You're talking real shit for someone in picking up distance.
Anyway, that also means the ghosts in the middle should move a bit to the side.
Oh, they don't seem to.
Wow, no
It's the
etiquette with
lady.
ghosts.
As the lady walks among them, she seems to survey them, looking them up and down, with barely a nod, barely a movement of her graceful face. She even looks you up and down with the same air. Gives Father David McDougal and Dr. Celeste LeBlanc just a small nod.
He
I'll
will
nod.
return it.
I'll nod back. Yep.
As she walks by, she looks at Jonah for a brief moment. A look of wonder in her face, almost as if she's asking herself what a young man is doing alone out on the dance floor. There's just a hint of disdain in her face, but she doesn't let it waft over her for too long. She is very quickly back to her stoic and dignified look, as she gives Jonah the same nod as the others, and walks along, giving the dancers plenty of room, looking at them with almost a hint of melancholy on that dignified face.
Raymond will stage whisper over. Raymond, Jonah, you're supposed to lead.
That means you ask her to dance.
There's a supportive thumbs up from Father David.
Mitch, you're still muted.
Right. When she does look my way, I will bow and then extend my hand as an invitation to dance.
This will get her interest and her attention. She will look at you briefly for a moment, before seeming to decide with herself, yes, why not?
Perfect timing.
Yeah, time to dance with the ghost.
You look ravishing tonight, baby,
Just-
like you are bathed in gold.
Just don't accidentally grab her ass or anything.
God damn it.
Ghost ass.
What is the point of dancing with the MILF ghost if
You
you
don't-
can't feel her up a little bit?
Not at a wall. Not at a waltz.
Stay!
That's for after the waltz.
God fucking damn it.
Couldn't help myself.
We should have let it be Raymond.
Anyway,
But no, I
Look at it.
will lead her in some sort of waltz. I, as a person, don't really know anything about dancing.
It's okay. Jonah has learned everything that he needs to know from Raymond. And
Yes.
he does manage to dance very gracefully with Lady Constance Fellfayre.
Fuck.
Well, that's music. That doesn't count.
Roll.
That just means you mess up the rhythm.
Yeah, Jonah is a little bit out of rhythm, out of step. But the lady looks down at him. She towers over him. She is truly an impressive woman.
Oh god, it's just Lady Dimitrescu.
Giant woman, giant woman.
It's just Lady Dimitrescu.
And she gently nudges him into position, correcting his rhythm. He can barely feel her as she touches him, as she holds onto his arms and lets him hold her daintily gloved hand. It's almost as though he's merely carrying a puff of air, a cloud given legs. But strangely enough, there's nothing cold about it. The sensation he gets is almost warm, welcoming. Not unlike the general atmosphere of the room. The dancers are in perfect sync. They are dancing away into the night. They're filling the room with life and revelry despite all being long, long gone. They're flickering a bit here and there as if their memories are fading by the minute. But they persist. All of them swirling around and around in their strange night waltz. And that's when Jonah hears a voice. I do say, I don't believe I've met you before. Are you new to my balls?
Yes, this is the first one that I've attended.
I see. Pray tell, what family are you of?
Yeah, I never gave Jonah a last name.
Well, time to look up British
Bucks aplenty.
time to look up British politicians.
Jonah McConnell, no.
Penny
Oh my God.
penny farthing.
I mean, I'm tempted to just say the Adams family.
No. Go with Adams. It's fine. It's wonderful.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. It's fine.
It could be your legit last name. Who knows?
Yeah, it's whatever.
Exactly. You say the Adams family, with barely a hint of hesitation in your voice. And the lady seems to think. It's hard to make out her facial features. They are almost a little bit smudged. As if she herself only half remembers what she used to look like. Adams. Not a family I'm particularly familiar with. Tell me, boy, what is your family in?
What was that last part?
What is your family in? What business are they in?
My father was a Navy man before running for Parliament.
Good.
Oh, I see. Politicians. A noble cause indeed. Someone must defend the crown, after all. No, she wouldn't say politicians, she'd say lawmakers.
The hoi polloi.
God save the queen.
Someone must defend the crown.
Yes, it is a job that someone must do.
And what of yourself, young man? Do you intend on following the steps?
Oh god.
I'm,
Say you're a composer.
I am unsure myself. I believe, my dreams would be to become a composer.
It is all good and well to have dreams. You could almost swear that the smile on her half-blurred face turns a little warmer as she says so. Look about you. A dream can become grand indeed. This manor you stand in is a dream after all.
All right, trying to figure out what the hell that means. It is certainly a beautiful place. You must be quite proud.
Oh yes, we're very proud. You know, this entire place was built practically by hand by my dear husband.
Lord James Fellfayre.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm just trying to remember, did he die untimely or something?
Supposedly he died after she did. I mean, it should be in the notes.
Wait, are we sure about that? Let's not make a mistake here.
Yeah, like I don't want to ask too much about him if he's dead.
After he died, after she died, he became a shut-in before passing away in 1845.
Okay, it works.
Alone in his study.
Yeah, that works. He probably thinks he's still alive.
Yes. Let's see, what would be the polite way to ask where he is or how he's doing?
Okay, but here's the thing. What do we think? Does she think it's 1850?
Probably.
Well, she hasn't indicated anything else.
Maybe just ask, so how is your husband? Or something like that, just neutral.
Yeah. And how is your husband?
Oh, poor thing is always so busy. He didn't care to attend this lovely ball. There's a little bit of bitterness in her voice.
Ooh. And well, that certainly is a shame. I know I wouldn't want to miss one of your bowls for the life of me.
Oh, very kind of you, boy. And so very right. But it has been a while since Lord Fellfayre decided to grace us with his presence.
Sorry, I'm kind of trying to think of what questions I should be asking.
All right.
And also how to phrase them.
Why would your husband want to stay in on such a radiant night?
Yeah, flatter her.
Yeah. Or your husband must be a very busy man if he must miss a night like this.
Well, he certainly claims to be. He keeps track of the finances. Makes sure everything runs about as he puts it himself. But I highly doubt that he'd have to make everything run about in the middle of the night when revelry's going on right below his feet. Ugh, but I should not be talking so much of that drag. Come now, let us enjoy the night instead.
Yes, let's.
You keep dancing with her, but she has become noticeably colder. And the dancers all around you have started flickering more.
Well,
Shit,
little...
I think I may have pissed her off.
Maybe you made her.
No, not you.
You made her melancholic. Fine, that happens.
Your husband did.
Yeah.
You like give her like a nice little compliment. I think like you're as radiant as the sun this fine evening,
Normally,
dear lady.
I'd say pick her up and like throw her over your head or something, but that won't work.
Pick her up, throw her over your shoulder, and take her outside.
Nope.
No, we're not at that stage.
Yeah, whoa. You have to at least have 3 or 4 ballroom dances before you can think of doing something like that.
Oh yeah, no dirty dancing in here.
Damn, we should have queued up a tango.
It's strictly ballroom.
Yeah. Well, if it is any consolation, you are looking absolutely radiant tonight.
Thank you. Well, it is only befitting of the hostess of this place, this magnificent manor, to be wearing the latest in fashion.
And I am currently just glad that men's formal fashion has not changed in centuries.
Oh, how right you are. Looking about,
That's
the only thing
ironic.
that differs is the cravat.
That's so ironic because it has actually changed quite a lot.
Does she know?
No, she wouldn't.
But
Does she?
speaking of fashion, this music, pleasing though it is, it's rather modern, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, it is perhaps the latest fashion as well.
I mean,
I must say. She looks about, almost as if she's watching the music as it bounces about the ballroom. And she stops. Her eyes narrow as she looks up at the balcony that surrounds the dancers and the ballroom.
Is there something troubling you, madam?
No, nothing at all. She swirls Jonah around, and as Jonah is swiped to the side in the waltz, he manages to catch a glimpse of something up on the balcony.
I was getting ready to say, as soon as you mention that she's looking up there, can I look my eyes up to wherever she's looking?
Absolutely, everyone roll a spot hidden check.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna do that.
Wonderful.
Also,
Shit.
nice detail that she took the lead from Jonah.
Let's see.
Also, the song, the waltz was written after she died, so very modern for her.
Exactly.
Yes.
Let's see.
Shit.
Yeah, jack shit for me.
Jonah
I
does
did
notice
it. I did it.
as he is whipped away into the waltz. He manages to spot a slowly retreating shade up on the balcony.
Hey!
Something thin and wispy. And he manages to hear something as well over the sound of the Blue Danube. Almost like a soft clattering.
Yeah. Out of character, Yeah, that's probably Lord Fellfayre.
Is it, when you say clattering, does it sound like chains?
That is exactly what it sounds like.
I love the picture of some old man hammering up the balcony.
During a ball, like
Just to watch the ball from above. Oh yeah, that's Lord Fellfayre. He does that.
He likes to jangle his chains around.
Well, if you'd like to see, the balcony is like directly attached to the second floor.
Yes, please.
Oh,
Just a moment. There we go.
only Jonah and Dr. Celeste see anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, the music stopped for a moment.
That's fine.
But as you can see, the balcony is indeed attached to the second floor.
Yeah, cool.
Where's that old bitch?
There's the
I'm gonna
ghost.
fight him.
Let's fuck him up.
And I'm gonna assume like here or so, because there's the doorway right there.
He was indeed standing right here.
Fair enough.
Do we get a picture of what he looks like, or no?
I don't think the cameras.
None of you see him except Jonah.
Yeah, and the
Can
cameras.
Jonah
will
get a
be
picture?
Set up for that.
Oh.
And
Okay.
also Dr. LeBlanc too, it seems.
There we go. Back to the Blue Danube.
I don't think the cameras are set up to capture the balcony as well, so.
Danube.
I mean, that depends on where we set them. I assumed that we would set them to capture all angles of everything.
I would have
By
set
the
them
way,
up.
you don't really have a direct feed. You can't check the cameras right now.
I know, but
No, we can't.
my thinking was Raymond set up the cameras to like capture the ballroom and only the ballroom.
That's a good point. Either way, he's gonna have some magnificent footage.
I'm gonna post it on YouTube and get like comments from 12-year-olds calling it fake. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
Right. Well, I guess we finished this dance.
You mentioned the music being a little modern. Is there something that might please you more?
Did
And
break
I will
away
give
from
a
the
curtsy.
dance?
No. The proper way to do this is to dance near the other party with your partner.
I was gonna say, I can't drag you.
Yeah.
I can't
You
drag
didn't
your
say you were
husband.
moving with him either, you motherfucker.
It's-
Mary!
That's fair.
Is Celeste taking the lead?
Yeah.
I will.
You could very well lean in and go, Father David, let's dance a little closer to them. All these ladies taking the lead.
Classic ballroom etiquette. Raymond, meanwhile, is just nonchalantly twirling Patty Green over his head.
Yeah, just picking her up and throwing her.
And not
Like a
quite,
fucking javelin.
no. That's for the end of the dance. Clearly, it's the grand finale.
Is there something that might please you more, Lady Fellfayre?
Something that might. Well, far be it from me to spurn any of the latest fashion. It is rather pleasing. And who might you be, young lady?
Dr. Celeste LeBlanc.
A doctor?
An educator.
I see. Yes, of course. A teacher.
An educator.
I take it you run the local schoolhouse then?
A little bit further away, but yes.
And you're here with the good father? Wonderful.
He's a friend of mine.
Always welcome to see the clergy at one of my soirees.
And I will do a curtsy.
Just stop and dancing. Just stop dancing altogether. The fucking you fucker.
Yeah, like can't really do a curtsy while you're dancing.
I mean, you can
Yep.
try.
You don't.
You
You
can
don't
nod.
Not gonna
curtsy in
work.
the middle of a dance. You nod. LeBlanc. LeBlanc,
I
do you
don't do
actually
both.
stop to curtsy?
What is the equivalent of a curtsy while dancing?
A
I am
nod!
No.
not a nod. I am not proficient in ballroom
If you
dancing.
if you
Excuse
curtsy
me.
if you curtsy while doing a waltz, you will fall on your ass.
You will.
You'll fall on your ass and you will make a fool of yourself and your dancing partner.
Yeah.
You can't, you fucking, you're
Yes,
gonna
I will
dance. You're
not.
not gonna stop dancing until it's over.
Raymond looks at them and then just says to Patty, "See, this is why you need a classical education in these sort of things."
Put me down!
Raymond will put her down while talking to her.
Yes, but Jonah will say, I see, or Jonah will say, they are both personal friends of mine.
I see, so you all know each other. How
Yes,
splendid.
Yes.
I
it's
take
an
it
absolute. Sorry.
I take it you're their +1 then.
That would be correct.
Unfortunately, there's hardly much in the way of bachelorettes here tonight, I see. Everyone is apparently paired up. My apologies, young man.
Oh,
Compliment her.
I am just glad that I could be here at such a wonderful party either way.
And it is indeed a delight to have you here.
Why, thank you, madam.
She nods at you gracefully.
Shit, do I nod back? I think I nod back.
Just nodding.
Not.
It has been an absolute pleasure getting to grace your fine halls, Lady Constance.
Indeed.
She smiles at Father David. Oh, I thank you. It is indeed good to be having these balls again. For a moment she flickers as she says that. Her movements become slower, and a frown creases her forehead as she looks up at the balcony.
Time to look up.
Yup.
There's nothing there this time around.
Is something troubling you?
I must be thinking of something unpleasant. Please, never you mind me. Continue the revelries. She breaks away from Jonah and walks off, continuing to inspect the other dancers.
I will again bow toward her and thank her for the dance.
She doesn't even seem to notice you.
Oh,
Just goes
okay.
about, looking at the different dancers. Anyone who sees her expression will see that it is contemplative and a little bit pained.
She can't fully remember
Yeah.
their faces. She's realizing that she can't fucking see them proper, isn't she?
Oh dear, that would be.
Oh no.
Would it be bad if we're here but she realizes she's dead? Probably.
Let's find out.
You wanted the
I
ball.
don't
Let's
want to be
find
the one.
out.
I don't want to be the one to tell her that she's been dead for 200 years.
Oh god, no, we're not telling her that.
She figures that out on her own.
This is why
No
you
one
need.
tells her that.
This is why you need a proton pack. And a ghost
So
trap.
obviously we lie, say it's actually the 1950s and she's only been dead for 150 years. That's much more believable. Break it to her gently.
That would be 100 years, actually. He died in like
Oh.
1850. Fine.
Even better.
Yeah, I know, right? You're not that old. It's fine. We should leave her alone, I think.
Is
It's
it-
always...
The way she continues to walk her little route, beholding the dancers. And in the way she walks, it almost seems as though she herself is dancing. A light gait, specific spots where she goes. This could be what people refer to when they say that she's dancing in the hall.
Oh, so let's get out of the way when she comes here. Just move towards the middle.
Yeah.
Put me down!
Nope, just yoink over
Lift.
here. No time for this. No time for polite shenanigans.
She does stop and look at Raymond and Patty for a moment, her eyes widening. She gives a respectful nod to Raymond before she goes back to looking at the headless specters all around.
Raymond smiles back helplessly.
I know it's weird to lift a fucking lady.
It probably isn't.
One that says "put me down" in a strained voice. Yeah.
Happened all the time in the 1850s, but different times.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just wait until I throw her at the wall like a javelin.
Father David is
As is
looking- no.
tradition.
Yeet!
Father David is looking over at the lady.
Yeah,
She keeps just looking at the dancers.
okay. Raymond will move closer to the others so we can have a little powwow.
Yeah.
What are we doing? She keeps dancing. Do we say something?
I think she's upset that her husband isn't here.
Well, normally husband and
Oh.
wife didn't really dance together at balls unless they were like really special to each other. I don't think we can do much here.
It sounds like Lord Fellfayre himself was not a people person.
Oh, really?
I mean, he did die a shot in.
Father, do you mind if I break away from you for a moment? I'll go with Jonah. Maybe you can dance with Lady Fellfayre.
What do I talk to her about? Don't forget, I'm Irish. She's very English from a very different time.
Talk to her how much you like being subjugated to the crown.
Just say that you are from Northern Ireland and hope for the best.
Tell her how much you hate the Southern Irish.
It's either that or Raymond might actually be our best bet.
Oh.
Weirdly enough.
I would
Father David
absolutely
pauses.
love to swap with Raymond for somebody else. I prefer
Father Dav-
not to be a sack of fucking potatoes.
Should we try? I don't mind.
David holds up a hand to stop everybody, and then kind of makes a subtle hand movement, kind of like a little like circling around. Everyone's fading. He looks after the lady.
Oh shit.
Just distant after her.
I'll
And
take
as
Jonah's
she
The
hand
music
and
stopped.
continue dancing.
The music stopped indeed. And as the lady walks over towards the stairs, more and more of the dancers disappear, all around her, all around you, leaving the hall still and quiet once more.
Lady
Even as
Fellfayre.
even as she walks, it appears she flickers, disappearing one place and reappearing another. I must, she says quietly, but her voice is an echo. I must go find my husband.
His hand, which had reached out towards her, it just slowly falls.
Yeah, we follow her.
Patty's already striding afterwards. clambering
We're
up the stairs.
going.
Yes, that's my
Yeah,
answer.
yeah.
Friends going up the stairs in fancy outfits.
Picking up,
Hell
Doc-
yeah!
picking up Dr. Celeste, throwing up the stairs. No.
Have I ever
Yeah,
told you
yeah.
how much I hate? I've ever told you how much I hate high heels on stairs.
It's
Oh,
a nightmare. It is a nightmare.
It's a
you can
Raymond,
take them off at this point, I think.
Raymond, I swear to God, if you pick me up again, I am going to stab your dick off.
Oh, goodness.
heels on stairs is all about putting them like down horizontally to the step.
See, I always just use the front part and just use the actual flat front part.
Also
And
good,
just
but
never step going up the stairs.
also good, but you lose stability that way. Just it's a safety measure. Anyway, let's go upstairs, I guess.
Indeed. You hurry upstairs. I hurry to copy your tokens. Just gotta make sure that you're not twice here. Sorry.
It's okay.
There we go.
Up the stairs in heels.
Up the stairs in heels you go.
Just don't run with the heel. At least not upstairs.
Hang
Yeah,
on
that
a
would be a
sec.
bad idea.
Yeah, that's how you hurt yourself.
I've got the wrong music playing. Another sec.
No, that's actually right. That's fine. It's a nice
No.
atmosphere right here.
No, it needs to be the right one. What the hell is it?
Father David even reaches out his hand to help Patty with the last step of the fucking stairs, because fucking heels.
Thank you.
I would
You know, it's
help.
already hard enough trying to go upstairs being this short. Imagine trying to do it when you can only do it on your goddamn toes.
I would help, but I'm not allowed to touch her again, I guess.
You're not allowed to lift her up
Yeah, that would
like
be
a
the
sack
best.
of potatoes.
That would be
Yeah,
the
we
best idea,
can't-
you know.
Yeah, just princess carry her out.
I think she would take her heel off and shank it into your eye.
Oh, at
That
least.
sounds about
Hurry the
right.
fuck up!
We're going. God
Clop,
damn it.
clop, 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 clop,
Clomp,
clop.
clomp, 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 clomp.
More like a click, click, click.
Clap, clap.
Oh
Clomp,
no,
clop.
she's stepping with purpose.
Oh, fair enough.
It's the power clips, the clomps.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't expecting you to wear chunky heels to a ball, but
No. And then just a moment. There we go. You make it all the way up to the very tops of the stairs.
all right, we have cameras here too.
You do have cameras.
The light.
And perhaps that camera will have seen something.
How
How wonderful that would have been.
I'd say we keep our distance, even if she's flickering in and
Yeah.
out of existence.
At that comment, so that David will kind of reach his hand out to kind of help keep everyone a little bit back.
I'm not like I don't know what will happen if we accidentally touch her or something. If we even
And
can.
there's-
I mean, Jonah would say that she didn't really feel like she was there.
Yeah, but why risk it, right?
Whisk it for the biscuit.
Oh, maybe she's like poisonous, like a jellyfish.
Oh god, come on. Grab.
Patty, like, limbo bends under Father David's outstretched arm and continues walking forward.
Highly unnecessary.
But highly stylish. Hurry the fuck up.
Very. 10
Raymond,
points.
Raymond high jumps over the outstretched arm.
I
No.
will
Door.
open the door.
Open.
I'll open the door.
You'll open the door, and as you do so, you feel a gust of wind blowing in past you, hurrying past you. As you look around the room, you see that somehow the window has been opened and the curtains are gently fluttering. the moonlight filtering in. I'd like all of you to roll a spot hidden.
Be-doo, be-doo, bop, beep, boo-doo, bop. Fuck!
Well,
Bang!
wow.
Brother
Shit!
David,
At least I did
dust
it
in his
time
eyes.
again.
I get dust in my
I
eyes.
got
Father
it.
David kind of crunches over himself with his hands against his fucking eyeballs. Like, oh,
I got some.
Nice! So, Dr. Celeste LeBlanc, Jonah, and Raymond all look at those curtains fluttering gently in that strangely present wind. They see as they seem to brush up against something. A shape sitting in the chair. And as they look closer, Jonah will recognize that shape. It is tall, it is thin, it is frail. It is sitting bent over the desk. And it is laden down with heavy chains.
Oh, hey. Oh. Hey. I like how Jonah's still outside the room. Great.
Oh, sorry.
He has the best eyes.
I mean, I keep getting all the spot hidden checks.
Fucking X-ray vision. All right.
Mhm.
Jonah danced with his wife. I think someone else should approach this dude.
I don't think he would care.
What if he does? Do we want to risk that? He saw you.
True,
Father David
true.
still has his priestly accoutrements inside of his snazzy suit.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah,
It looks like it's
So
Patty will
Patty.
do it.
you must be Lord Fellfyre?
Fellfayre. Fair.
Fellfyre?
The shape in the chair flickers for a moment. And the great pen feather on the feather pen on the desk seems to move. When he comes back into view, his hand falls from it. Are the taxes about due?
No, not yet.
How much is the tax this time?
He groans as one hand brushes against the big black book lying upon the table. You hear about the servants' wages?
Are we here?
No, well, we're here about you.
I do not remember making any appointments. Please leave me be. I have much to calculate.
Like what? Do you know where you are? What year it is?
Of course I know where I am. This manor. I am where I must be. Where I have always been.
And do you know what happened here?
He flickers again. The drapes behind him seem to brush clean through him this time, and when he returns, he is sitting with his forehead against the fingers of one hand propped up on the desk.
What if we try a different approach?
Go on.
Wondering. I'm gonna get closer. Lord Fellfayre.
He looks up at Raymond, and Raymond locks eyes with him.
Lord Fellfayre, we were sent by the village. Everyone is worried about you. You haven't been seen a lot in the last few months. We were wondering if there's anything we can do to help you.
You can tell them what I have told them many times. I do not need aid. I do not need handouts.
Not handouts. Not handouts, my lord. That might be a bit too much. Not handouts,
Were
sir.
you sent by my good-for-nothing son again?
Oh.
Oh shit! How do I?
Family drama.
You can
Well-
tell him the same thing he knows I will tell him. And if he wanted to truly aid this manor, he would have remained.
I am sure to relay that message, sir.
Good. Now, if that is all, leave me be.
Is there? Of course, sir. Is there any other message to someone else, perhaps, that we should take with us?
He groans again and flickers once more. When he returns, his hand is upon the big black book again. A chain is wrapped firmly around it.
Yes, that's a no.
He doesn't
Yeah, I'm going to
appear-
assume.
He doesn't appear to be quite as talkative as his wife was.
And I don't really want to. I want to push him. Okay, he had a son. Can we find out what the son's name is somehow?
History is.
Raymond looks over to
vague.
Patty. Like maybe she has an idea here.
Lord Fellfire, do you know what happened to your son?
He looks up at Patty, but she doesn't see his eyes. They are sunken into the shadow that falls over his face. He left along with his brother and sister. They all left, leaving me here to balance these ever-present books, to take care of this manor, this dream, of which
All
I
by-
cannot wake up.
All by yourself? What about your wife?
He flickers again, and this time it's almost painful to look at him. He cringes in between appearing and disappearing. And all at once, he seems 10 years older. Past.
I see.
He closes his eyes, wrinkles his forehead, and all at once, he seems young again. He looks up and locks eyes with Patty, and this time she sees them. Deep set, grayed, dusty. Is that all, or will you be returning to that boisterous ball my wife is having below?
Patty looks behind her at the other three, like nods her head. If you have
David's-
anything, this would be now.
David's like rubbing his eyes still. Got dust in my eye. I can hear talking, but I can hardly see.
I can't hear without my subtitles.
But Jonah will speak up and ask, "Oh, right, are you... I heard that you were not one for parties."
He frowns again. Deep creases appearing on his forehead. All those balls. Does she not know how much of a drain it is? No, she shouldn't. She shouldn't have to worry about that. He caresses the black book before him.
Is the book real, or is it also like ghostly?
Oh, it's real enough.
All right.
It's the book full of numbers that you found here.
Lord
Oh,
Fellfayre.
yeah, that would make sense.
Let's assume that my memory is full of holes. Because it is.
Anyway, Father
Probably.
David speaks up.
He's like really trying to like blink open his eyes. They're fucking watering. Your wife missed you.
No. She didn't.
Kind of a puzzled look. You didn't show up at the party.
She need not my company.
Who else saw him there on the balcony?
I did.
Well, maybe tell him that she did want him?
I spoke with the lady, and she... I think it would mean a lot for her if you were to gone.
It
What
takes
can
us.
you know, boy? I cannot join her. I cannot stop. For her to dance, I must remain in solitude. Those curtains were damask, I believe.
I am certain that you can make time for one dance.
What
Jonah.
do you know of time? He looks up and locks eyes with Jonah.
Oh no.
Father David puts a hand on Jonah's shoulder, kind of protectively. Surely a man who had the heart, the wherewithal to make this place, certainly loves his wife.
Of course, I love my wife.
And it shows. Even now it shows.
I love her more than anything. This I do for her. If I do not manage the finances, she cannot dance. And dancing is what she always wanted to do. I fear
think we should go.
Yeah, I think we have enough.
I can explain what's going on.
Oh, me too.
but
There's
we
a.
need to go.
I think we have enough corner pieces of the puzzle to make at least a blunt
Educated
picture.
guess.
Yeah. Plus, we shouldn't maybe upset the ghost who is in a lot of pain, clearly. Lord Fellfayre, we will take your message back to your children in the village, if you would excuse us.
Yes, and we will leave you to your work.
Fine.
We will leave you to wailing alone in the darkness.
We apologize for the interruption.
I'm so tempted to just drag Patty with me, but I won't.
Would you?
Like Patty begins to turn to leave. Before stopping, turns back to Fellfayre. Lord Fellfayre?
He slowly looks up at her, moving like a man who has seen decades of weight upon his shoulders and his crooked back.
I don't know much about accounting or your personal circumstances. I cannot attest to any of that. However, would you like a bit of personal advice from a lady?
He frowns for a moment, but seems to listen.
If there is one thing that would make her happy, more than 100 balls thrown, it would probably be a single dance with her husband.
He flickers, and his hand tightens upon the black book. Leave me. Leave me be. My wife cannot dance anymore.
David steps over and kind of reaches out and puts a hand on Patty.
Patty turns around and walks out.
Let's reconvene somewhere where we can talk without the ghost hearing. Just in case.
I wish you a good evening, Lord Fellfayre.
There is no response, as his spectre fades from the chair. But as you all walk out, you distinctly hear the sound of quiet and anguished sobs.
Somebody's gonna have to take Father David out of the fucking room.
God damn it!
Come on, Father David.
Drag
Come
him
on.
out. Gonna drag him out there.
Yeah.
Drag him out by the literal priest collar.
Because he hears the sobs and he's looking back. He wants to fucking help.
God damn it, Father David. He's been dead 170 years. It's fine.
A soul could still suffer after.
It can, but there's nothing you can do for him right now.
I know.
If you want to help him, let's make a plan for it. Anyway, walk and talk. Let's go back down while we talk.
Walk and talk's
So,
incredibly hard when
yeah.
you're using a trackpad, you son of a bitch.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So, Sitram, what do we have? Okay, so
the problem was that the balls were draining his finances.
well,
Yes, that seemed to...
it clearly wasn't just the balls. He could not afford this place, but he had to because it was his wife's dream house. Here's a better question.
Actually, do we want to just head over to the crazy board?
No. Well, yeah, but we have to go downstairs anyway for that.
Jonah.
No, the crazy board is upstairs.
No, it's not.
No, we're
You're
not.
on the top floor.
We have to go one down.
Oh.
We're in the
Sorry.
we're in the
I thought we
attic.
were on the second floor.
No, we're
That's my bad.
we're kind of in the attic, more or less. Not really the attic. Look, it's a big house.
It is.
But anyway, so he clearly couldn't afford this whole place and the balls and everything in it, but he had to keep it because it was his wife's dream house. So he wanted to keep her happy. The question is, after his wife died, why the hell did he stay here? This was clearly a drain on his finances. A colossal drain at that.
Maybe he
Well.
couldn't bring himself to move?
Maybe
He wanted to keep what little piece of her he could, perhaps.
Clearly
Uh,
it didn't help.
do we-
Clearly he was suffering.
Do we know where he was buried? Or where she was buried? Because that could be it too.
The chapel is
can-
where
It's
their
the ch-
tombs are.
It's the
Maybe.
chapel.
Most likely. But honestly, that shouldn't be too
That
hard to find
is a
out.
subject we do not want to broach.
No,
Not
straight
yet.
up, that's where their tombs were. They were in
Yeah.
the floor.
Oh,
Yep.
there you go.
No,
then.
that's what I'm saying. But like, we've already broached that subject, and we're not going to exhume them.
Well, no, wait,
You're not.
that is of no. That would be of no use.
No, I'm saying that that he wouldn't want to be far away from where she was buried.
Like how Dr. Celeste is just sprinting
Oh.
ahead. Just have to get to the crazy board. To get to the crazy board right now.
Gotta get to the crazy board.
Father David hustling
Lord.
behind, puttering with purpose.
I have to write down my crazy thoughts on the crazy board right now.
So, Lady Fellfayre probably killed herself.
Yeah, chances are that happened.
How
Probably
so?
jumping from the window of his office.
Maybe.
That is a possibility.
It's a bit low to kill yourself, but possible.
Well, it's a bit low to kill yourself quickly.
Fair point. It was the 1850s. She
Guys,
wouldn't have survived.
Guys, there's creepy static again.
It is.
Yep.
The ghost is
The
The
back.
sprinkler has returned!
The
All
sprinkler's
the lawns
back.
shall be watered.
Sprinkler ghost, the ghost of the
All right.
gardener.
All right,
He did it. It was him.
let us assume she did kill herself by jumping out the window. Probably lingered a bit. It was not a quick death. We can probably say that for sure.
Also jumped out of the window of his office.
That'll
So wait,
do a number on someone.
what makes you think that she killed herself?
Considering he walked into the office window, open window, blowing curtains.
Yeah, she disappeared when she walked in there. So just, admittedly, we're spitballing here. We may be wrong, but we're theory.
We're gonna have to
crafting.
look a lot of that stuff up, but
We're-
that's my current running hypothesis.
We're theory
It's a
crafting.
theory.
More importantly, apparently they had 3 children. Can we find out their names and where they are or were?
Did he say 3? I just heard him say children, plural.
2 sons.
Yeah, no, his
2 sons, 1 daughter. Is what we
Gal loves
heard.
the house.
They apparently left. Although I mean, what do you think? Did they leave after the mother killed herself or before?
I'm almost certain it'd probably be after their mother killed herself.
We have to find out more about those 3. This is something we haven't looked up. We haven't found out before.
If you remember, he did say that he wanted his son to come back to the house, so I would assume that meant at least one of his sons, who we thought we were working for, had left before.
Gosh, I wanted to bring Quincy to the ball. I
What are
remember
the
that I had wanted
chances?
to.
What are the chances that the son left because he figured that the marriage was essentially an unhappy one and this was all going to end the way it ended?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, could be.
I mean, they certainly cared for each other, but miscommunication.
They clearly loved each
Holy
other.
shit! Is the moral of this story that bad communication leads to like life after death and like horrible hauntings and internal torment?
It doesn't it always? I learned that from Sesame
Bad
Street.
communication leads to eternal torment while you're living.
No, I learned that from Sesame Street when Grover jumped out a window to kill himself. No.
God fucking damn it.
Anyway, Okay. Either way, next on the agenda, let's find out more about the three children. Maybe find out what happened to all the money.
And what?
Well, we have his accounting book literally upstairs.
We do,
Yeah.
but none of us is an accountant. Do we know an accountant?
I
Do
mean,
we
No.
also?
But I am an anthropologist.
That's not accounting related, as far as I know.
You would imagine how much. You will not imagine how much historical records come from bookkeeping. That's how we learn half of what we know about the Sumerian culture.
Granted, I stand corrected.
I have a degree. Haha.
I was gonna say also I could probably help with that too, being student of history.
We should find.
Ha, nerd.
We should find out.
What was Celeste's degree in again?
I have history, and my degree is history.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have
We
history.
should.
My degree is
My
history.
degree is history. Yeah. I'm a historian.
I'm a history and
I'm a history.
I like
I'm a
history.
history person.
I like
old.
reading about dead people.
I like old.
Anyway, no, Raymond, what can I want to find out. I want to find out if the mansion was. The mansion obviously wasn't profitable in any way, right? So, if the money didn't come through, the owner killed himself. Were the next owners the debtors of Lord Fellfayre?
If he mortgaged his house,
How the hell are mansions supposed to make a profit?
The next owner was
Land has
Father
value.
Prescott.
No, land has inherent value
yeah, if you're using it, but
if you're
considering
using it, but he didn't.
it was 1800, so it was probably mortgaged. If the bank got a hold of it.
Yeah, so let's find out if we have a clue right there.
Also the person who owned that house next was Father Prescott.
Also, do we know how Lord Fellfayre got the money to build this place?
He was
Blood
a
money.
puppet.
That, well,
I mean, I'm assuming by the name that he was in the nobility.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily imply that he had money. There was a lot
Yes.
of shall we say, English nobility of that era who worked like middle class jobs and stuff.
either way, we have his accounting book. Let our accounting experts dive into that one and see what we can
Yeah.
find. Meanwhile, the rest of us should try to find out more about his family. We know he has 3 children. Surely there are records of them somewhere. Fortunately, we don't know their names. That would be our first thing to find out.
Yep. Did he give a name for one of his sons or no?
No,
Okay.
I want to see if I can talk to Father Prescott.
that might be helpful. There's also the question: how did Father Prescott come into possession of this mansion? I can't really believe that a single priest has that kind of money at hand.
Has anyone updated the notes at all? Or no?
Father Prescott, there's a lot of ways that he could have come into possession of it. Probably didn't buy it straight up.
No.
Well, that's not necessarily true. A lot of priests had a lot of money back then.
Not a lot of priests these do. A lot of priests these days still do. The thing is I am almost certain that after the lady and Lord Fellfayre were no longer in possession of the house manor, it became something of a house for the poor.
Perhaps. Also
Those
something.
who needed.
Also something we should be able to look up. One more thing.
What makes you say that, though, Father?
Sorry, who wants to talk?
He holds up his phone. It's in his notes.
Okay. One
I
more.
must have just forgotten that.
Yes, and one more thing though. We know that Lady Fellfayre died years before her husband. And yet, there was still a massive drain on his finances despite no balls or anything. And him being a shut in, I can't believe he had a lot of money to spend on anything. I think there's something more going on with his finances.
Maybe. Wait a minute. So there's lizards in his study, yes?
Well, yes, yeah.
And there's lizards in the giant maze basement.
Yes?
Right, but I think
Maybe.
Maybe what?
That's when he
possible.
built them?
Maybe he excavated a large labyrinthine basement and put a bunch of lizard statues in there.
Well, okay, all right.
Maybe
I
Lord
mean,
Fellfayre
people
was a
deal
lizard
with,
Let's
person.
assume.
Maybe he put the lizards in
I
there.
do.
He likes the lizards.
I kind of imagine everyone just looking at Father Dave and just. All right.
I mean, people have dealt
Continue.
with their grief in weirder ways. I'm willing to hear this out.
I mean,
Look,
Well, it goes back to the question, and he's like starts gesturing at the fucking board. It goes back to the question of why are there ghosts here and not ghosts other places?
Sylvia.
Pepe, no.
let's.
Sylvia!
Because they
Pepe
died here?
Sylvia!
Well, maybe.
People have died all
haunt
over.
wherever? Don't ghosts normally like haunt wherever they died, or at least
You-
a place that they frequented a
You'd
lot?
think.
Okay.
You'd
okay.
think. But Patty herself has been a ghost hunter for so long, never really found evidence for the supernatural.
Let's.
Maybe it has something to do with the basement, and also why the tall man doesn't want us in the basement.
let's think about this logically. Obviously,
Like rational people.
obviously, Father David has a point. Ghosts are kind of rare, and this place is riddled with them. So there's something going on. It may have to do with the lizard statues. I'm not saying the lizard statues are normal. In fact, I find them very creepy.
It's not about the lizard
Incredibly
statues. It's about
off-putting.
the similar decor in the
I know,
So,
I understand.
office and
Question.
the basement.
Alright,
Well-
time out. Weren't the lizard statues put there by Alistair Crowley?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were. Look.
Who also used that study when he owned the house.
Yes, but we also.
That's why there's a secret room.
But we also established that Alistair Crowley was kind of a crazy person. So maybe we shouldn't put too much weight on his, actions.
Oh, you got a good point there. I'm
we
sorry.
should.
No, it's okay.
We
I appreciate the links you went to prove your point.
Let's go about this chronologically. Let's find out more about the children of the original owners, about the finances of the original owners. Maybe there is a connection to the people who came after. I especially want to know who actually owned this place, because I have a feeling it was not exactly Lord Fellfayre at the end. Maybe it was a bank. If it was a bank, we can find records of that. Maybe it was the church. If it was the church, we probably won't find any records of that because it's the church. But
Soft glare.
it's still a venue worth investigating.
Listen, just because it's the church doesn't mean there's no records. It just means that they're not, publicly accessible.
Available.
Raymond just
Look,
looks at.
if it is the church, they honestly have one of the best record keeping methods from like a 900-year period.
Yeah, but they
Yeah,
won't
they
show
just
us.
don't share those.
They won't show. They might share the
Yeah.
Father David if he pretends not to be Irish.
Oh, come on.
What?
Yeah, that's only for the Anglican Church.
I'm
The Irish
going
church.
upstairs and getting into my pajamas. So all this stuffy.
I'm going to sleep. You're all dumb.
I keep forgetting.
Going upstairs in
that-
my fucking PJs. You guys are being mean about me being Irish again.
I keep
Like
forgetting.
this racism.
This is the fourth
forgetting.
time this fucking.
As Father
Every-
David just plows through the fucking wall there because there's no door.
There is
I
no
thought it
door.
was. It is the wrong room. I am being the fool. No, he just walks
Yeah,
towards
what are
the
you going to
fucking
do?
wall.
Stop
Well,
him?
I thought there was a secret door there. It's my fault. It's my fault.
No, he wouldn't walk into the fucking door. Now I can't. Okay.
It's fine. Just stay.
All right,
Father,
so
fucking room.
just stay
I'm
here,
sorry.
Father David. It's fine.
It's hard to see things. Shut up.
Here,
Going upstairs.
here, come here, Father David. Just come here.
I
No,
don't-
we'll let you up this entrance. Here, you can
Oh.
take this entrance over here.
Thank you, Dr. LeBlanc. I am having a time.
I'm
sit
gonna
down
hand
for a bit.
I'm gonna hand you some seltzer pills. I'm gonna hand you some seltzer tablets. Just go get yourself a glass of water and go to bed.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Do you know what? Nope. Never mind. Good night.
Would you like some tea? I can bring you some tea later.
Don't worry about it, Dr. LeBlanc. I'll just get to sleep. It's very clear that I'm overtired.
It's fine. It's
Oh.
very late. It's okay.
Have a good night.
oh my
We have a good-
god.
We have a good
Yeah, just do
plan.
one of them anger sleeps.
Look, we
We'll
have
turn you into a
One of the angers,
paranormal.
like-
We'll turn you into a
Father David.
paranormal investigator. Yeah.
So, while Father David is off to take a 4-hour angry nap, let's talk about the next steps in our plan.
All right. I suppose the next steps would be to investigate more on Lord and Lady Fellfayre.
Yeah, I wanna
Find out who their kids is, and
Yeah.
then find out how the mansion ended up in the hands of Father Prescott.
Yeah, because there's clearly a lot of money.
Miguel!
There's a lot of money involved here, and you can always follow the money to find out
Where the
something
fuck
more.
was Miguel?
Oh,
I don't know.
Good point.
Miguel.
We were distracted by making a fake ball to lure in a ghost, so we didn't care about Miguel.
I
Yes.
forgot.
Miguel was
I forgot
probably just
about
doing his own thing and
Miguel!
watching his soaps. We didn't forget about Miguel. We don't
There's
want him
no
to
way.
be included in ghost shit.
Miguel
There is no
always.
way.
So Miguel always leaves at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You don't know where
Yeah.
he goes. He just leaves.
Oh
I was
no,
gonna
he
say-
goes to like a little like hotel in the village.
Probably.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, chicken said so.
'cause there's no way that Miguel did not hear that ball going on.
Well, no, but
But if he's not here, that makes more sense.
yeah, but even so, why would he care? He knows we're all crazy.
Anyways.
Crazy
But he
priest.
cares about Father Prescott. Or not Father Prescott. He cares about Father David.
Just you hear muffled from upstairs, I'm not Father Prescott!
We have too many fathers. We have too many fathers. We can't tell them apart anymore.
If you're not careful, I'm gonna call you Lord Fellfayre.
All right.
I don't
okay,
know about
okay,
you. I only got like one father. Like he's my dad,
Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. We have talked
and I
about
find it statistically unlikely that both of my dads are gay.
anyway. That took me a few seconds. Anyway, we have Patty Green, who is an anthropologist, and Dr. LeBlanc, who is a history, and they can look into the accounting book,
I am a history.
right? They can look
She's
into
a
it.
history.
They can research the accounting book and like the finances involved with that. Maybe with a bit of help from Father David to look into the church records.
I could help.
Meanwhile,
can I ask?
Meanwhile,
I was gonna say, can
let
I-
me finish. For
Go
fuck's
ahead,
sake,
go ahead.
I will find you and I will punt you. Anyway,
No, I'm a history.
meanwhile, Jonah and Raymond probably together can behave like one single normal person and find out about the children of Lord Fellfayre and Lady Fellfayre.
Yeah, we might be able to pull that off.
So I would say we split the group in two for research purposes, and that's the next step.
I
Can
say
I
we
ask-
split up, gang.
That surely won't end badly.
Surely.
So who's going to look over the tapes of the ball tonight?
The tapes we can do like on the side. That shouldn't take too long. It was not that long a time, right?
Look, it's gonna take me like an hour to get out all this shit and get ready for bed. I'll just be watching them on my phone.
There you go, fair enough. You can do that.
Oh, that's right. I'm still in a ball outfit. We ran up to the crazy board in.
Oh, by the
I'm
way,
still wearing the fancy
Celeste,
dress.
fucking fit check. I believe that's disguise.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what?
Fit check. Let's see how fucking fab we look.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I
Oh.
look fucking fab.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right,
Hold
let's
on.
see how terrible I look.
Can I get a bonus?
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I don't have disguise.
Me neither.
Can I use my history instead?
I don't know. Maybe actually it'd probably be appearance, I guess. Like
That
an
doesn't
appearance
work.
times 5 roll.
Appearance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Appearance times 5.
Where would that be? Oh, there. Okay.
I'll tell
Alright.
your stats.
Appearance. Let's see. D100.
Can
What
I-
the fuck is my appearance again? Oh, Jesus Christ, 17.
13. Wow, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I look good.
65.
I also look good.
So,
I always look good.
I look fabulous.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright then.
Stunning.
Yas, queen.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Delightful.
Father David looked a little bit shabby. The fit wasn't entirely perfect, but he pulled it off.
Father David
Yeah,
always.
his thing is like a 75, so he was only 5 off.
Father
Oh.
David. Here's the thing. Father David always looks a bit dishabille. You know, kind of crappy, but in a stylish sense.
English.
What do you mean
I
kind
need
of
you to use
crappy? What
English.
the fuck?
Do you
Settle.
mean artistically disheveled?
Exactly.
He always looks just a little like he always looks like he's been worrying about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Father David looks like a working man, unlike the rest of us fucking snobs. Especially Jonah.
And Jonah.
Jonah,
Mark-
who looked like a goddamn little princeling. Just the light of our our
Yes.
eyes. He looked so good tonight.
Jonah
It doesn't-
cleans up well.
It
Does
does.
appearance and dex get the same way to increase that our other skills do? Or
That
No.
is
No.
Your stats do not go up.
no?
Eh.
you can't change those, sadly.
No, normally you're supposed to die fast enough, or the game is supposed to end soon enough that doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I mean, yeah, I guess if the game goes on for like 30 years, you might lose some height or something. Who knows? If you have like a time skip in a Call of Cthulhu game, or you get like artificially aged by magic, that can happen.
Can.
Magic.
Like some weird alien color that no man has ever seen comes in and ages you 50 years. There you go, you're fucked.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have. I hesitate to call it a plan, but we have stuff to do. We have a direction to vaguely stumble into.
Maybe you should make a to-do step on the whiteboard.
That's a good idea. Clara
so that
could.
you can keep
Time
track
to get
of what you want
time
to
to get
do.
a stuck.
Yeah.
Chicken, can you put up a picture of a smaller corkboard next to the giant whiteboard?
More post-it notes.
Just
We
a
put-
fucking map full of
No,
bulletins and
here's where we put.
whiteboards.
Here's where we put a second whiteboard on the original whiteboard to write on.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's one of those whiteboards that can
Uh,
flip.
Clara,
Hell yeah.
Yes.
no,
Yes.
that's really difficult to do in Roll20. Clara, please put a to-do thing on there. You already wrote the rest, so might be better if you do it.
No, that's perfectly fine. I
Yeah.
can do that.
Do it, and it was Jonah and Raymond look into like wait. We have time
Sorry, I had to
today.
get-
It's honestly, this is like it's like half an hour of the time we normally start, so we have time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In
yeah.
fact, I would like to use the extra time we have and talk about the Shadowrun hobo thing for a moment after we're done here.
That's fine.
Are we gonna end early and then go into Shadowrun, or
Yeah,
are we gonna?
it's just
I think we're
talking.
gonna just. I don't think we're gonna.
No,
play
we're not
Shadowrun,
playing. It's
chat
just
about it.
talking.
No,
because...
I know not.
Mhm.
Right.
I know not playing, but starting to talk when.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be in Shadowrun much at all anymore.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
I've
fair.
got a gig that I can do on Sundays.
Oh no.
mm.
How dare you?
How could you, Coops? How could
That's
you
a bit
I've
full
robbed
now.
you of roaches.
How could you abandon us?
Anyway, so Jonah and Raymond will look into the family relations of Lord and Lady Fellfayre.
Yeah, there's probably something there for us to find.
Probably. And we're not, I mean, we're both pretty fucking stupid, right? But we can probably find out something.
I mean,
Oh,
both of
you
you have
will probably
half.
find half of something.
Yeah, both of you have only half a brain cell, so together you make one whole brain cell.
Yeah, we can rub them together.
Yeah. And also, Jonah has 2 brain cells. They just aren't on speaking terms with each other.
It happens. It happens.
Mhm.
Oh, they're divorced.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, I guess if Coops isn't playing Rochi, I have to play Rochi.
Mhm.
That Orochi can fade into oblivion.
No, he will not. Rochi will outlive all.
Rochi is that campaign's version of carbon copy. He
Exactly.
will not die.
Rochi
Oh,
will
God.
never die.
Rochi was there long before any of us, and he will be there long after us.
We'll eventually find
So
out.
strangely menacing.
We'll eventually find out that
Rochi's a
Rochi.
fucking dragon.
No, Rochi's actually an immortal elf or something. He just comes back from the third age or some shit.
Yeah.
No, I like the idea
Immortal
of Rochi as a
gnome.
dragon.
He was there when Atlantis sank into the ocean. Actually, no, that's Rifts, I think, not Shadowrun.
That's
Alright.
Rifts.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, the
I think Shadowrun
Atlanteans
had
opened up a
Atlantis.
giant dimensional rift and teleported their fucking continent away.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dang.
yeah, that's
Yeah, because I know
Yeah.
Harlequin was like born in Atlantis, I think.
man.
Yeah, it was some shit like that.
But
Yeah,
Batman?
I don't know.
The
He's old as
original-
fuck.
So
So
what do you?
question.
The original Brexit.
Question. Will
Yes.
we be doing like, we write down the notes of, what we plan to do next, our main plan, go to sleep, wake up, do more stuff, or just write the plans, go to sleep, and then we're done.
I think write the plans, go to sleep, then done.
Yeah, because we
Okay.
had a lot to do. I'm just waiting for Clara to finish typing. Honest.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, she's writing a novel.
A novel.
Yeah.
You asked me to write a to-do list. I'm
Although
writing a
with-
to-do list.
I don't know with Clara, it might be more of a manifesto. Just
Be nice.
I am nice. Manifestos are not inherently bad.
I mean, this one
Yeah.
is.
I mean, yeah, this one would be.
Shush now, we're not talking about quality here.
And then looking to turn the Belfast. Patty and Celeste looking to find a lot of. Yeah, Father David examine little church. Do we want to let Father David go alone? He can take Miguel. He can take Miguel to help.
Yeah. Miguel is also a religious man.
Exactly.
Like, oh yeah, hey, Miguel, I know you're my little personal assistant man, but I'm gonna need you to follow around this priest, wink
Yeah.
wink, nudge nudge, religion and stuff. I'm
Edit.
sure you'll work it out.
Edit the to-do list, Kronk.
Religion and stuff.
Edit the to-do list, Kronk.
Yeah, the two of you need to do a religion.
Wrong to-do list!
If you keep
Buried under paperwork.
if you keep pairing up Father David with Miguel, he's gonna have to have a talk with one of you guys.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
what would the talk be about?
That's a great question because even Father David struggles to come to terms with what it would be about.
Exactly.
It just seems like you keep trying to push them together, and he likes the company. He really likes
No.
Miguel's company. It just
No, we'd never do that.
he doesn't want Miguel to think that he's
Look, we're not. None of us are pushing anything. We just make sure you're together alone in the same room, and whatever happens, happens.
You just
Last
want
time
to
that happened,
occasion-
a pillow exploded.
Well,
Literally.
you know, have some self-control.
You could listen. What happened to Rosita was fucking attestable.
It
He
is.
could not control his fucking his emotions in that moment.
Right.
We're just going to
Right.
lock the two of you in a room and hope that you figure everything out.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, Father David's really gonna just need to sit down and lay down and just sleep for an entire fucking day one of these days because he fuckers.
Yeah.
Can you move the to-do list to like the top to like over this?
Are you trying
have
to
thing.
make him
Giant
you
post.
want a giant post-it note?
There you go.
Where
Yeah!
would you find a post-it note this
It's a
size?
novelty. She had it in the very back of her suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
These are my
test my
giant
abilities
post-it
to
notes.
find post-it notes.
Oh,
Don't test my ability to find post-it notes.
that is so in character. I hate it. Okay.
It was a birthday present.
From who?
All right. I think we have everything.
Yes, family.
I think we have everything for the next few sessions now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You do.
how good for her having a fucking family. Yeah.
I have family. I know people.
Oh, I'm so fucking happy for you. You got a fucking
Annie.
family that cares about you, man. We gotta rub it in.
So
yes,
do we?
colleagues.
Do
Yeah,
we-
seriously.
Okay, do we stop here then?
Yes, we stop
Okay.
here.
Say goodbye.
I
guys.
have-
Not even a night scene. Oh, okay, fine.
I have. Listen, I have work friends. I have friends outside of work.
You don't even get to say nighty night. Well, fuck off.
Say good. What?
Actually, that's a good point, Coops. You all plan and scheme into the night whilst Father David walks off and finds respite in his room, restful sleep. Eventually, you all hit the hay as well. And as is customary by now, as Father David drifts off, feels his eyelids getting heavy, he feels that familiar sensation of a warm little body at his feet. And he hears the deep, calm, and rhythmic purring of a cat.
Oh, baby.
And once again, despite the events of the day, he finds himself calm.